signal to the furthest reaches of space. A message asking why, without a reply, floating endlessly. All of the faces that pass in front of me. All of the solid colors that make up the how and why of you and me. Of you and me.
Hey now, what's up everybody? Wednesday, coming at you 1:45 Eastern, perfect timing as usual around here. And I hope you're doing well for another edition of the Preestream. And it should be a good one, but you never know how it goes actually, so we will see. There is a tweet that just dropped less than 10 minutes ago, and here it is. Today we'll have a live unboxing on the podcast and product testing on the late stream of Black Ops 6. See you in a few. So we've bought another set of headphones. I'm not sure why we need these again, but we have new headphones. Sweet Potato Pies says, great. That's a great style of pie. My favorite, though, is cream. But right, 200 pounds in the UK.
I appreciate that.
Nice. But they do have the light speed technology. You guys are forgetting about that. All right? Do not forget about that. And many of you are saying, yes, ear infections. That was many years ago. That's a different person. Please. $250 in the US? Is this pre-tarif or post-tarif? Because damn, $250. But anyways, we got money to burn. Why not? Come on. Come on. $230 on sale in the US right now. So that'll be fun. Remember, he already had headphones, though. He already had headphones that worked, like before we got the toilet seat. Why do we need these? But I think I answered the question earlier. Because it has the light speed technology, which so that's what we need. Which, of course, you can't have milliseconds of delay when you're speaking with people online. Something that Philip doesn't do. But okay. Oh, before we get to the nonsense here, I didn't know this. Do you know how they make toothpaste? This is insane. I didn't know this. Watch this.
Turtles are placed onto the conveyor belt for initial processing. Turtles are then submerged into a purple solution to remove all color.
I didn't know this. Did you?
With color removed, suction tubes are fitted to the head to begin extraction.
No, this doesn't
Negative
seem good.
pressure draws the toothpaste compound from dermal layers through the suction tubes. Extracted paste is deposited into holding bowls as turtles remain connected for full drainage.
That doesn't seem good.
The compound is portioned and dispensed into individual toothpaste tubes. Tubes are sealed.
That one was trying to run away.
Boxed and prepared for distribution.
Not the turtles!
Turtles are placed on...
What about the turtles? There we go. There's the turtles tweet. What about the turtles? Okay, so a lot of stuff to go through today. I went to Chu is going to Goodwill today. She likes to go to Goodwill every once in a while. But I'm always bored, and Chu knows I can't stay around her, so I just go to the book section. And let me tell you, they'll sell whatever kind of fucking book you want over there, man. Some of the shit I saw. I wrote down 5 of my favorite titles, okay? Now these, I'm just going to read the titles. Because they're all like at least 20 years old. That's the minimum time like of them being released is 20 years ago. So here's some of my favorites. And I'll read it in a dramatic voice. Because that's funnier. Wait, how do I write this email? That was the first one. Next, The Mormonizing of America. Next, iMovie and iDVD, The Missing Manual. And next, Bedtime Bible Stories, which I think is good, right? That's for your bedtime Bible stories. I'm really interested in those, actually, the bedtime Bible stories. And the last one here, Every Man in the Bible, fully illustrated. And I opened it up, and it is legitimately just every man in the Bible, pictures of them. I don't know what you need that book for, but they have it there. So every man in the Bible, fully illustrated. That's all it is. It's pictures of the men in the Bible. I was like, is there a market for this? But it really makes you think that back in the day, man, maybe it's better we went digital because people made books about whatever the fuck. There's books about so much nonsense. The new carb diet. You know, that kind of shit. People are scamming people all over the place, man. Anyways, move on. So yesterday, the day stream, we're playing the game South of Midnight. All right? South of Midnight. And we left you yesterday with the $47 on the ticker, and he only got to $57 in the end, right? So this is not good, obviously. So Memeology 101 has put together a beautiful little montage of the begging. So here we go. Let's see how this goes. And I saw on Twitter what he blames it on, which is pretty funny, but let's see.
You have to hit it within an hour because I have to order around 3:30 for it to be here
excuse
in
me,
time
Cat,
for 4
hurry
o'clock.
up, Cat.
Trying to save within an hour because I have to order around 3:30 for it to be here in time for 4 o'clock so we can eat right after I finish with the gameplay.
Okay.
So if you're here and you're hanging out and you have a good time, please consider supporting the stream. Now, here's the chance, all right? Or here's the deal.
Oh, please.
All right, well, if anyone is here watching...
Here's the chance. I mean, here's the deal. Oh, speaking of PWR, with those tweets, with this tweet, someone said, who would watch that junk when PWR is going to be on? Nice. Got him.
And chilling. Please support if you can. We have 1 hour left to hit the goal. If we hit it by 3:30ish, then I can order their DSP Tries It food. If not, then we'll just have to wait. And we'll see if we hit it maybe tonight with Yakuza.
Okay, that should
Pirate
happen,
Yakuza,
though.
or maybe tomorrow.
That'll
I don't
happen.
know. We'll see.
That'll definitely happen.
Okay? I feel like a lot of people did not show up for this game. I guess
that was true, by the way.
the consensus
You're going to find out in a minute.
that people keep saying is that the game is woke. I haven't really seen that yet. I haven't seen anything here that makes it woke besides the main character is black. And if I guess you're a racist, you'd say it's woke. That's about the only thing I could see.
Got him.
So, I don't know. So far, I see nothing like that. I'm not saying maybe there won't be later. There's been nothing like that yet.
The wokeness could be down the line.
So I don't know why people would immediately write the game off because the main character and all the characters so far, like the main characters seem to be black. Like that's a problem or
They
something.
seem to be black. You're not quite sure yet, or
And all nothing like that yet. So I don't know why people would immediately write the game off because the main character and all the characters so far, like the main characters seem to be black.
she seems to be.
Like that's a problem or something.
How would you guess that? Her music preferences, or
And maybe you're incredibly racist. I don't know what else to say.
Okay.
Outside of that, I think the game is fine. Okay? 40 chess player, you did not contribute. You're a liar. That didn't happen. And then on the YouTube side, we have someone else who already had been banned but has a sock account, so I'm banning them too.
Okay.
Well, if you are on the stream and you're enjoying yourself, thanks for at least chilling. There's quite a lot of people who are just being toxic jerks in the chat.
Yes,
I'm trying
that
to
is
ignore
true, by
them.
the way.
You know, you guys know me. I give every game a shot. I'm honest. So far, I don't have any complaints about this game whatsoever. I do feel like it's a good game so far.
So you're going to keep playing it, right?
The more retro style gameplay elements of it.
So you're going to keep playing it, right?
I'll do something with it. Yeah.
And I hope that you guys are at least enjoying, the chill vibes of the stream.
Oh, God,
Again,
yes.
if you are, please support the stream. The whole idea today was that we were going to get a goal and be able to do a DSP Tries It, but because people seem to be
The whole point of this stream.
biased against the game for pretty ridiculous reasons, it seems like quite a lot of people didn't show up to the stream or support it. And there's nothing I can really do about that. It's a shame, because you would think that people would support no matter what game I'm playing, but I guess...
Well, then, that's interesting how you put that. So, it seems that people don't like this game, so they're not supporting me. But so we're going to stop this game, right? We're going to stop doing this game because people don't like it. But now he says he would hope people would donate no matter what game I play. So which one is it? Do you want to keep doing the games you want to do because people donate no matter what, or not? I think we did get that answer, though, earlier this week, right? Because... because he said he's gonna rage quit harder now. Remember that speech we got? I can do whatever I want. I'll rage quit even faster now. So you know what's gonna happen.
It's not. We're still at this level where sometimes if I play a game and certain people don't show up, we don't get that level of support. There's nothing
Certain people don't show up.
I can do about that. I tried as well as I could to stop it, and it's out of my hands now, and it's their fault, not mine. It's that simple. Guys, last chance to support the stream and have us hit the goal for today and qualify for DSP Tries at Little Caesars. But considering we haven't had any support in 30 minutes, actually, I take it.
You can thank see this system right here, this little path to where you got to go. I think Oblivion was the first one to do that. And I thought that wasn't fun then. And it's still not fun now. but now it's like a main thing fucking in games. Sucks. I think it might have been Fable, though, too. Was it Fable or Oblivion? This little path. Yellow paint, where to walk. It sucks. Anyways.
Considering we haven't had any support in 30 minutes. Actually, I take it back. It's been almost 2 hours.
Oblivion had it. Yes, it did. Oblivion had it in a spell. You had a spell you could do it. Guys, I'm not joking. It was a spell. And my friend used it, and I thought it was the most ridiculous thing of all time. There is a spell. Don't question it.
Rox M was the last person who supported, and that was 2 hours ago. All right, looks like we're not doing it today. We would need some big contributions right now to hit the goal.
You see, one step at a time.
No, we don't have 45 minutes. It has to happen in the next 10 minutes so I can order the food and it shows up in time for us to do it.
Oh, shoot.
That's the problem. So
That's
we
the
need it
problem.
right away.
Everything dead stream's a dead stream. Why is it dead? There's people watching. Why does no one care enough to say, I like the content, let's keep it going, I will support it? I'm lost. Because that's always happened. So what changed this week with these two games?
That's not the actual daily wrap. That's a different daily wrap, though it does seem the same.
Someone to
That was so Skyrim had it. Okay, well, you know what I mean. I think it was an Oblivion, but we're not going to fight about it.
$1.50 says technically the game's been out since Thursday.
I'll take the medium style L until I research further and then dunk on everyone tomorrow. Don't worry.
So a lot of people who wanted to see it have already seen it and or played it, but good luck on the pizza. So that's another big problem with these games, that if you pay extra, you play it early, and I'm not going to pay extra if it's a Game Pass game. So I don't play extra, and now I play it. Oh, it's old now. What do you mean it's old? It just came out right now. It literally just fucking came out. Well, guys, let's be honest, all right? Now we've seen what the game is, correct? The game is an old school throwback, but sadly, 2025 audiences apparently don't like this kind of game. All day I gave it a shot. I mean, I just played it for almost 2.5 hours. I'm giving it a very fair shake. Personally, I don't dislike it.
Good
I mean, I'm
point.
not in love with it. I feel like it's a perfectly passable game. And I totally feel like previously, in my career as a content creator and a YouTuber,
my career.
I could have played a game like this and no one would have complained. They would have said, oh, it's a fine game. It's unique. I feel like in 2025, things have changed. That the modern gamer is only looking for a particular style or kind of game. And if they don't get it, they just don't care about anything else that tries to be different. In this case, this is a combination of the old school with some cool artistic design and a really good soundtrack. I don't understand why in both of my chats today, we had so many people literally just dumping on the game because it's just unwarranted. What it is people follow trends and fads and don't want to think for themselves. In general, this game has not got stellar reviews. I think people are saying on Metacritic it's in the 70s right now.
Okay, it's
so
fine.
because every mainstream place didn't kiss its butt, it's bad. And I disagree. Like, I legitimately disagree. I think that this would be a game that is a fine weekend game. You get it on Game Pass. You play it throughout 3 days. You relax. You enjoy the ride. It's nothing you're going to remember when you start talking about Game of the Year. But at the same time, there's absolutely a place in gaming for a game like this. That being said, it's obvious this is not a game that resonates with my audience. The people who are in chat are literally just complaining, besides a few. There's been a few people who are like, yeah.
So just like every other fucking day.
It's actually not that bad. But most people are just sitting here and complaining that it's terrible. And no lie, lost over 150 viewers when I started playing it. We started
That
with
happens all the time.
almost 300 viewers on the podcast, and we had, a good amount of viewers on Kick.
That happens all the time.
Now we're down to less than 200 on YouTube and less than 40 on Kick,
That
which
happens
is
all
way
the time.
low. Engagement, like I said, most people complaining, saying they don't like it, and support's not existing. Like, all the support came in during the podcast. I received one super chat and like $1 tip playing this game today.
That's pretty cool.
So all I can say is I gave it a shot. Did I not? Can you blame
Gave it a
me
shot.
when it's a situation like this where I'm saying the game's not bad? I would definitely consider playing it further, but everyone is telling me don't play it. It sucks. Move on. So for those who wanted to see me play South of Midnight, I apologize. I wish you were here today. Really, I do, because I don't know where everyone went.
Where were you?
They certainly weren't here for this game. I was planning on playing it again tomorrow. I'm not playing it again. I'm not stupid. Again, old DSP would have been like, well, we're going to keep playing. I'm going to keep forcing my audience to watch this game that obviously no one likes.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to move on, and we're going to do other stuff that people want. This is trying to replicate that style of game in the modern era, and everyone wants to dump on it for various reasons. I do feel the whole, it's woke. It's not woke. you're just racist. There's nothing woke about this game right now.
Now what? Now what? Now what, detractors?
It's woke. It's not woke. You're just racist. There's nothing woke about this game right now. Now, I don't know. I didn't get further in, but right now, the first 2.5 hours I just played, there's zero woke in this game.
Zero
and if you
woke.
say it is, you're a fucking liar. And I'm tired of people who lie about this stuff to try to, oh, you see, it's woke, and then, now it's not going to do good.
Zero. Woke level, 0.
It has nothing to do with the game being woke at all. And if you think that, you're just a part of a stupid internet mob that can't think for yourself. If you want to criticize it and be like, well, it plays like an old school game. I don't like that all the combat's arena combat.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The platforming's too easy. Those are legitimate criticisms of the game. I'll say you're in that regard, valid things to say.
Okay,
but if you're complaining, oh, the game's woke, you're just a fucking loser. And I'm tired of people following this stupid, brainless mentality. I must do what everyone else on the internet says and follow. If there's someone who says it's woke, I must listen. It's not woke. There hasn't been a single woke moment in this game.
Zero woke moments.
Like I said, as a person who, I'm not streaming for myself, right? I'm not.
Okay.
This is the kind of game I absolutely would keep playing it. I have no problems with it whatsoever. But stream-wise, I have to stream stuff that people want to see. Through your actions today of people quitting the stream and not engaging, saying the game sucks and not supporting, you're telling me you don't want this and that you would like me to do something else. So I will listen to you. The only thing that sucks is I really wanted to do the DSP Tries It today because, like I said, my wife got home from work.
Jesus Christ. How many times did he bring this up?
And would have loved to have food ordered. Now we're going to have to cook.
No. She's going to have to cook.
Like last minute, which sucks. Because we were really hoping we were going to hit the goal. But, I can't make people support if there's something they don't like, right?
You didn't tell her to not get ready to cook anything because you're going to hit the goal, right? I have to play this real quick. Just one chorus here. It's too perfect. Come on.
It's an uncomfortable situation because he's cross-dressing.
Let's go. Misery Merchants.
Implied that something sexual happened between Cloud
This is 100% woke, not zero woke, million woke.
It just fades to black. You don't know what happens. I remember that.
Yeah, come on.
It's very fucking weird. I was just so confused as a teenager.
We're not sleeping together, you fat.
Can't say that anymore.
We got a room with a giant bed.
It was a different time. It was a different era. Ladies and gentlemen, DSP here.
Just one show looking up the ass. That's what I want to hear.
Cross-dressed on Halloween. All right. Thank you for redirecting your membership. You do realize the words trannies and gay are not bad words, right? Even if I had cross-dressed, there's nothing wrong with that.
Let's go. WPIG 6051. Let's go.
Are you excited now? What was the big deal about that? I'm proud to be how I am. I've been one of the most open people when this is, I don't care about your sexual preference, your gender preference. There should be homosexual marriages. I believe that should happen. Oh, I said homosexual marriages. What should I say? Same-sex marriages? All right, excuse me, I'm a little angry. It's 2022. It's time to fucking wake up. Oh my God, Phil's woke. I'm gay.
I'm gay.
We're
Totally gay.
You can literally bend over and suck a turd out of your own fucking butt.
I'm bi. I'm bi. I'm bi.
Come on, meaty man. Let's do it.
10 big dicks.
And you're gonna see her.
That's my favorite part, personally, the 10 big dicks part. I never would say that normally in a normal situation in my life, but in that situation, that is my favorite part. Okay? Don't take anything out of context, all right? Dungeon Keeper's Mistress in DSP's chat says, my ears get too sweaty with headphones on for long periods of time. I think this is a LARP, but DSP then responds, though, and says, I was getting chronic ear infections, which is why I don't use them constantly. Trying to get ahead of that thing. Trying to get ahead of it. Trying to get ahead of people saying, what about the ear infections, Phil? Right? All right, Jericho, good point. Jericho, you did give me this card a while ago now, and I have not shown it yet. It is in the pool right now. And this is a different style of pool. A little bit of creativity has been employed to make this card happen, okay? So, this new card is, say hello to our first tarot-style card. It is the Lightning Struck Tower, which, if you can remember the lore to this, is the thing that fried one of his computers that he created. Back in Connecticut, when he created computers and set up lands and had gaming parties with those computers. It is now ready for the pulling. We will see how the meta responds to this. Okay. Big ups to Jericho for that one. You're a legend, sir. Okay, so next up, he didn't hit the goal in the day stream, all right? Now, that's a problem, obviously. Well, what about the night stream? It had to pick up then, right? Big ups, fan bro. You're a legend, sir. Free Ice Cream says, cries because no tips on LAD, then spends $250 on crap. Yes. That's what we're doing. Like a dragon, then spends $250 on crap. Exactly. That's what makes the begging pick up. It's when we already know we spent the money. That's a real problem. Guys, I already spent the money. I was expecting a certain amount of tips, and that didn't happen. Hold on, he started the slideshow here. Next up, Vike says, ALT will one day write a memoir on his time with Kat. That's not true. That is not true. Nothing about that is true, Vikes. Hope you're doing well out there, wherever you are, following your dreams. Paradox says, men in the Bible is 100% porn for the closeted gay. Ah, that's a good tagline too, Paradox. What was the title again? Every man in the Bible, fully illustrated. 100% porn for the closeted gay. Nice. Coyote Briggs says, racist no money real. Big ups, Coyote Briggs. Racist no money. If you didn't give money, you are racist. That is a fact, though. So there we go. All right, here we go. Night stream. It's going to be better, right? It's not going to be that bad, right?
Reason being,
Snort Hogan video
it plays
here.
like an old game. Salt of Midnight, no exaggeration. It plays like Sly Cooper combined with Ratchet and Clank. I know that sounds a little weird, but that's exactly what it plays like. It plays like an old school platformer with old school gameplay like combat.
Where'd he read that at?
And there's nothing wrong with that, but no one who watched it liked it. The entire stream was like, wow, this game sucks. So I'm not playing it again. I've only played it the once and people hated it, so I'm not going to play it again. It's just weird because, early on in my YouTube years, right?
Same
For me
exact
to play
story.
a game like that, people would have loved it.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel what's happened is that the audience has changed. The audience has kind of seen me play the nostalgic games. Like, if you wanted to see me play a game like that, you'd probably ask me to go play Ratchet and Clank or go play Sly Cooper, right?
Odd.
And as for the plot seems all right. We're 2.5 hours in, and it was just starting to, like, pick up. But everyone complained. Everyone said, oh, this game is terrible. Don't play it again. We made $50 earlier today. I want you to think about this. Yesterday, I wasn't here on time. I started late. All I did was hang out with you guys for 2 hours. And I had double the attendance, and I made over $75 just sitting here talking with you for 2 hours. Today, I played South of Midnight, and we had less than 200 total viewers across...
You know, it's not an hourly pay kind of thing, or...
both platforms, and I made $50.
You know, it's not really a... hourly payment style job you've chosen, you know? Or okay.
So there you go. All right, so we're
what?
done. South of Midnight is a one-shot deal. That's it.
All right.
Now here's the
One-shot
bummer.
deal.
Earlier today, I was hoping to hit the goal because we unlock a new DSP tries it, and we were going to do Little Caesars. We were actually going to do Crazy Bread, a pretzel crust.
Look at all this cool stuff we could have had. This is what you took from us.
We're going to do Little Caesars. We were actually going to do Crazy Bread,
Crazy
a pretzel
bread.
crust pizza,
Pretzel
and one of
crust?
the deep dish Detroit pizzas.
Deep dish Detroit? No.
And we didn't even get close. Like, no one wanted to stick around once they started watching me play South of Midnight. Everyone left, and the support completely stopped.
Detroit.
So tonight, please, guys, tonight, let's hit the goal.
All right.
Tonight,
That's definitely
on
going to
this
happen.
Pirate
then.
Yakuza stream. Let's lock in. So tomorrow we are doing DSP Tries It.
Lock it
And
in,
then the
boys.
next one we'll figure out after the fact. Okay? No, it has nothing to do with the Little Caesars goal because here's the other thing. Like, we could also do Popeyes. Popeyes has a new pickle
fun.
menu or whatever.
Pickle
but it had nothing
menu.
to do with that. Like, no lie. I had support on the podcast. And then as soon as I booted that game, people were like, this game is boring and terrible. And the viewership went, boo. Just tanked. It literally tanked.
Okay.
So, anyone got any questions? Anyone have stuff to talk about tonight?
It's funny he says that with 110 viewers.
Do want to start with the game within like 5-10 minutes tops. I want to get 2 solid hours of story progress in for Pirate Yakuza tonight.
Hell yeah.
But again, please support the stream tonight. You know, having the slow stream earlier, having the half day yesterday. You know,
What?
I want to get back on pace. We were doing
Half day yesterday was whose fault was that? I'm not sure.
so well. I mean, I had an amazing birthday.
Yeah.
And then I had freaking a hangover yesterday. So my first stream got thrown into disarray. And then today, this game screwed everything up.
Okay. Sorry about this, but you know I have to play something here, right?
You have done that yourself.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I want to get back on track.
Back on track. Oh, yeah, I saw he was like mashing through all the
They don't
text
have a
options.
pretzel crust deep dish, Itsy. They have a pretzel
Okay,
for
we're not watching.
positivity, all right? Have DSP tries it tomorrow and get back on track for positivity, all right? I don't want to have half my streams not hitting goals now.
Uh-oh.
So please support in some way, even if it's just a little bit, a little super chat, a membership,
Just a little bit.
a sub. Let's get a sub
Let's
over
do
on
just
Kick. Let's
a
get
tip.
something going
Yeah.
tonight, right now. Please.
Something.
Please keep me awake. Okay? We're doing Minecraft on Friday.
Please keep me awake with money.
All right? So, let's go. Let's get some support tonight. Let me get up so I don't fall asleep. These cutscenes are ridiculous. Oh.
150 viewers.
What's the rate? Look, I can see you from the side. I'm coming from the side. Look. Half
Oh,
of my
this
head
is
is
funny.
being generated in a rate. Look at my mouth. Look at my mouth on camera. It looks
Oh my
weird.
God.
Look at this.
Look at the hanging. Oh my God, look at that. What's... Look at the topography here. It looks like, I don't want to be too graphic here. I'll go scientific with it. It looks like testes. Or excuse me, you know what I mean? A certain situation on the left there. You can see here, I see the left testicle here, and then the right testicle here. And they're encased in a bag style situation here. You know, that's the first thing I thought of. First the 10 big dicks, and now we got this. Oh, man, I'm on one. This goddamn Bible book. This goddamn every man in the Bible. I got issues. It set me in on a dark path.
You never seen this angle before, huh? You never seen this angle of me. Well, now you're going to see. You're going to be disturbed. How dare you?
See?
How could you do this to me? Look what I'm going through. Oh.
What the fuck?
Come on, my back is sore. Painful.
Minecraft effect.
An old crotchety fart.
Yeah, the Minecraft effect.
Come on.
See? Look at that. Come on. That come on is I was funny, now tip. That's what that come on meant, by the way.
Come on.
See? That's what it means. Is guys, I did that funny stuff, so you know what that means, right?
Okay.
We'll leave it there. Philip in chat about his headphones is still going on. They did have the white, but I thought black would be better. All things considered, white cups may look gross over time. The white ones were 100% white, unlike the Corsairs. Okay. Next up, headphones are just as bad, if not worse. You've got the natural oils from your skin and hair that dye it darker. All right. I was going to get the white ones until I saw the white ear cup pads, and I was like, nope. I know my oil distribution, and that's not going to work. Dungeon Keeper Mistress now was really revealing themselves to be a LARPer because they say, plus black is slimming, and they can be worn after Labor Day. Thank you, Dungeon Keeper's Mistress. Who then says, I miss there being real color options, like back when I had the Reed Tritons. Now everything is either black or white. I thought life's not black or white, though. I'm getting confused. All right. Big ups Wandering Monk 73. So sandwich shop reference, if we can get 3 more customers to order a foot long. My wife at home doesn't have to get Little Caesars tonight. Thank you so much, Wandering Monk 73. That does help. That does help us understand that. Buy 3 more footlongs from my shop. I will get my wife doesn't have to cook when I get home. Perfect. Walter Sobchak says, you agree that Phil dyes his hair, right? I have never been on this team. If someone has comparison pictures for me to review, I will review them, but I have never been on that team. I think if he was going to do that, I don't know. It just would... You think he does dyeing like that well to keep the color that close to the old one? That's the question. I think if Philip dyed his hair, it would be Steven Seagal like levels of dyed, right? Like where it's like this color black has never existed in the history of colors, but he does have a black hair, right? I think if Philip were to do that, he would also have that issue, right? So here, let me show you what I mean. So Steven Seagal is like this, and this black is just like, this is not a human color black, right? So I think if Philip were to get his hair dyed, it would also be similar to that style of black, personally. But I'm team no dye. Aid Robinson says, didn't beg for $3,500 just to shave? Yes, he did. Well, that's a little bit, I can't remember that long ago in the marathon, but yes, that was the deal, I believe. Or was that for April Fool's Day? It's tough to remember all the begging. Big ups Aid and Becca, though. Logan K says, remember when he said people didn't support AC Shadows because it was woke? That was only 2 weeks ago. The cope and contradictions continue to rise. Yeah, he's kind of confused on where he wants to be here, isn't it? Right? Like Quasar said too. Oh, hold on. He started. Sounds like DSP is trying to pivot from slight Trump deriding to going after anti-woke YouTubers. Bold strategy, Cotton. Yeah, he's not really sure what he wants to do right here, is it? Right? Well, I'm starting. Don't know where. Look at the message. Thank you, Derp. Well, I'm starting. Don't know where everyone is today. Yeah. Good start. I'm starting. I don't know where the fuck everyone is.
What is going on, everyone? Today, we got an interesting show. And
yeah, that's why. For sure. Where's
Number
everybody?
One, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday with South of Midnight. And I'm going to be honest, I never expected that reaction to that game. I'd like to talk about it openly and honestly with everyone today.
Oh,
now that
right.
I have a live audience to kind of bounce off of, I definitely like to hear everyone's thoughts because it seems like no one was happy. Like literally no one. So it's definitely something important to talk about. In addition to that, today,
just say you don't want to play it
anymore. We have a live unboxing of a brand new wireless gaming headset. Why? Well, I'm going to tell you why. There's a very good reason, but I'm very excited to unbox this, hook it up, and get it working today because on my late stream, we're actually doing Black Ops 6, and it'll be very cool to see how this guy works with it. Okay? Plus, we've got a little bit of game news and some other things.
His viewership has never been this low, man. Less than 20 on Kick right now.
Talk about, and of course, folks, today, if we hit the goal, it's Little Caesars. I hope we hit the goal because we haven't hit it at all in a couple of streams. We'll talk about that. All right?
Yeah,
all this and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
So real quick, the Real Dash Fur 1 legend says, remember again the rule of threes with DSP, and this is something that is true. I've never checked it actually, but it seems true. The rule of threes, when DSP has 2 slow sport days, he always gets wailed out on the third one, and this might happen today, so keep in mind. I did have some news stories prepared, but I just will give my one guess. He's definitely going to talk about the Outer Worlds 2 gameplay. He's not going to talk about Sabrina Carpenter in Fortnite, which he should because it's funny. He's not going to talk about Last of 2 Season 2 debuting with a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes because that goes against his narrative of it sucking. And he's also not going to talk about a Minecraft movie crafting edition, Blu-ray and DVD digital on Walmart, which everyone should be picking up. Not a shill, though. Okay. Smile says, my positive, robust contribution to the pizza party. Thank you. Chew doesn't have to cook now. He wouldn't even mention Carl Jobs, which is something that it seemed like he would have such a hard-on to talk about, and he didn't do it. So who knows what the fuck he's talking about. Save the pig. Big ups Matthew, who says, he always says the same thing when he's wage quitting a game. You ever notice that? It's the same excuse. It's never his fault. We're going to get that today. Faradox says, big ups Matthew. Faradox says, I was interested in this game for the style and setting. Anyone here played it and know what the gameplay is like? There you go. Anyone in chat have played this game? I have not. It seemed fine to me, but not like something I got to play, right? Yanksfan84 says, hey LT, I just read a 90s Super Spider-Man comic where MJ says, if you don't have a romance, then you're just roommates. They predicted DSP's life. Hey, there we go. 90s Spider-Man comic, figured it out. Pop Polecat says, big ups all. DSP made my birthday dinner. Turkey burgers are always the meal he says he makes when he has to cook. Pig Pigo at divorce coin, hugs and kisses. I did see that on Twitter, that it's interesting. The one thing Cat made is the one thing Philip said he can cook, which is, at the very least, a funny coincidence, isn't it? But big ups, Pop Polecat. Let's go.
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of April, 2025. I'm DSP. We're in the middle of a full week of streaming and fun. And before we even get to any topics, I feel like I should address ongoing weird tech issues with Kick. And what do I mean by that? What I mean is basically Kick has been having tons of issues this week, on and off. Number one, I guess Kick updated their app at some point this week. I'm not exactly sure when, because I don't use the Kick app very often.
Who cares? Already bored. Shiny Teeth makes a point and says, look at Phil's hair in the first short. I'm Team Die, or I'm Die. Let's see. So I have that up here. See, I think that's lighting, though. This is not changing my opinion, but I can kind of see it. But it's the lighting here, guys. The lighting. As you can see, he's lost a lot of hair in his goatee, though. Right? But I think it's the lighting. I do not dye my hair. No, I do not. I am losing hair, but not going gray yet. That's my thing.
Anything. But apparently when they did update it...
That's a 4K camera, you got to remember, right? So that's the problem as well. Way better lighting. Way better with the lighting.
It apparently got, like, way worse. Like, from what people are saying, the Kick app now doesn't load right, the chat freezes, and all these issues. And I first noticed this a couple days ago when the Kick chat was, like, lagging and freezing for me. And I would have to, like, refresh the chat on my laptop to get it to show up again. And then people would go away for 5-10 minutes and all of a sudden come back and be like, hey, is this working? And I'm like, well, what's going on? So it's frustrating because obviously I'm dual streaming and I like to have interaction with both audiences.
Definitely.
And if the Kick, app / website / both keep having issues, that's going to be a problem. Kick right now is definitely one of the major focuses of
That's a funny request, but I'll allow it. Hang on.
I've actually been doing quite well on Kick since I started streaming there. Being that I'm a dual streamer, I realized that the vast majority of my audience sticks on YouTube, right? They stuck around on YouTube and haven't really moved over to Kick. But regularly on Kick, I get between, say, 50 to 100 viewers. The sweet spot's usually like 60, 70. It depends on what I'm doing. But the profitability's been great. People over there are generous, and every once in a while we get someone gifting a whole bunch of subs, and it helps the business and my streams a ton.
Not a lot of pixels here, Walter, unfortunately. But I get what you're saying. Kick Views is there, Sam, man. Kick Views is there. We had a very boring start, so I'm playing around. I will stop playing around eventually.
So it's a no-brainer that I keep dual streaming. Like, I definitely have had a big increase in, support since I started streaming on Kick back in October. But definitely, this is technically.
So now I'm thinking, man. Now I'm looking like his hair kind of looks like Steven Seagal now, doesn't it? You guys are changing my opinion in real time. It kind of looks like Steven Seagal right now. God damn it. I don't know what to believe. God damn you. Sexy man in the Bible. Fuck you.
Tech issue has been messing stuff up. Like last night, I went to start streaming last night, the Pirate Yakuza stream. I couldn't even use Kick. I went to like refresh my dashboard. The whole thing locked up and logged me out. Then as I was trying to log back in, the site was bouncing back errors. When I finally got logged back in, it wouldn't load again. And then finally, it took like 25 minutes and then it started working again. So all I can say is this.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Okay,
Josh,
who cares? We skip these for this.
Use the chat. Remember that I am also always streaming on YouTube as well on the DSP Gaming channel.
Thank God.
So if you're a viewer on Kick and it looks like Kick is dead or dying,
jump over there.
You can come over to YouTube to watch the rest of the stream. And by the way, for the record, YouTube does have better quality, but at the same time, YouTube has ads enabled. So there is kind of a trade-off, right? On Kick, you get the lower quality stream, but you get, I would argue, a more active, better chat room, and also no ads. So, pick your poison, I guess, as they say, right?
Yes.
So my apologies, and hopefully you guys can still hang out. I've definitely noticed over the last day, attendance on Kick is way down.
Yes.
Like I said,
YouTube too.
Normally we'd have between 50 to 100 viewers, and we haven't even been pulling in 50 the last 2 days. I think because Kick has been having all these technical issues.
Hey, check out YouTube, man.
All right.
How's
so anyway,
YouTube
now
looking?
that that's out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the show, everyone. We've got a few important topics to discuss today.
Okay.
The 3 topics are thus. Number 1, south of midnight, and what happened yesterday, why I'm handling it the way I am.
All right, so it's your boy Jesus in his chat did a super chat that he has to answer this now, Sweet Baby Inc., which is the real reason people say the game is woke, not because she's black. Will Philip change his opinion? I'm guessing no.
And of course, I want your feedback.
Okay,
Number 2,
go ahead. Please.
The live unboxing and or testing of a brand new headset here on the podcast. I'm going to explain why I got a new headset, because it was needed. And we're going to see, the features and stuff, comparing it to my old headset.
It definitely wasn't needed.
From what I've seen, this headset has what I want and actually should be a little bit more better for ease of use. But quality-wise, I don't know how it's going to sound. We won't know till tonight's late stream of Black Ops 6, where I'm going to test this with the surround sound for the very first time. So that'll be kind of interesting. Okay. And then lastly, we do need to talk about basically support, because since Sunday, my birthday marathon.
Scheduled segment about support. Hell yeah. Those are the best. By the way, the poll is, how many of these following 3 words will we get today? Nervous, pattern, and concerning. 63% of you are saying all 3. 27% say 2 of them, 7% say 1, and 2% are very brave and say 0. Those might be meme votes. I might have to subtract those. And it looks like we got an early one here. I will play it, though. When we're talking about support, the quarter demons wake up. You better watch out.
Where the support was absolutely out of control, over the top great.
Yeah.
The support has been all over the place. With one stream where I was late, and that's on me, and the stream we didn't hit the goal, but at the same time, I was surprised we got any support because I was late and it was an impromptu stream.
So there's no. Then you shouldn't have said that one, though, right?
Stream that was regularly scheduled on Monday night, and we did hit the goal, which is great. But then yesterday, we had 2 streams where I barely even hit a third of my regular stream goals. So it's not disaster. It's not the end of the world at all. All right. I want you to understand that. But obviously, I like to figure out how we can get back on track. Today, we are getting back on track with the games and the streams that I'm doing. I hope that people will stick around and hang out and engage and support with today's content, because this is stuff that you guys like and have requested. People were actually very disappointed that I didn't play Adamfall on Monday. So now we're doing it today. We shuffled the schedule around so I could actually play it this week again. So hopefully that means it'll bring people back to the table who like Adamfall, right? And tonight with Black Ops 6, people were disappointed that I actually didn't play it last week. So we're bringing it back this week, not only with the brand new updates, because the game has an update for the next season. Apparently new maps.
So there's a very funny kick name that is in chat now. It says, Kawareta Toire Honto. And that means broken toilet Rio in Japanese. So shout outs to whoever did that one.
And stuff like that added to the game. But also, it's going to serve tonight as an actual live testing of the new headphones. So it's like a dual stream for two different things, right?
Honto is very funny for the landing.
So, I guess we'll see how it goes. All right, and go from there. But what I'm hoping is that today we can get back on track. So here's the deal.
Correct.
FYI.
Oh, please.
We are about to have another reward goal. FYI. We are about to have...
That's 100% a route, right? Just not even... There's not a B in the same universe.
Another deal. FYI. We are about to have another reward goal once we hit the next goal. All right, and what is it? Well, we already said this is something we had talked about doing a couple of weeks ago and hadn't had opportunity to do it because we kind of shuffled everything around. But it's going
to Scooby. A route to have.
To be DSP Tries at Little Caesars Pizza, where we're going to be doing an order of crazy bread, a pretzel pizza.
I hate Scooby-Doo, by the way. Always hated it. The live action ones were fine because they always had attractive females in them. But the cartoon, I never liked, even when I was a kid. I don't know why. Did not like it. I thought Shaggy was so annoying. I don't know. I just hated Shaggy. I still hate Shaggy.
With, by the way, red sauce, because I'm aware you can get pretzel pizza.
Thank you.
Pizza with, by the way, red sauce, because I'm aware.
Red sauce.
You can get pretzel pizza with cheese sauce, and I don't want that. That sounds absolutely disgusting.
Red sauce.
And for the first time ever, I'm going to try a deep dish pizza that's Detroit style. I've never had Detroit style pizza before. So that's like a really cool episode of DSP Tries It, like a triple taste test of different
things. Put it on the board.
The last time that I had Little Caesars Pizza,
if one thing you come to WPIG for, it's honesty, all right? That's all I'm saying.
You saw on yesterday's show was in 2013.
I don't fear any
all
take.
I did was try their hot and ready standard pizza, which I just thought was kind of meh. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. I think I gave it a 2.5 out of 5, right? So it'll be interesting to try all this new stuff, okay? But we got to hit a goal to do it, and we were in position to do it all day yesterday, and we didn't. And I think the reason is because of the game selection, all right? But the thing is, you never know what's going to happen with certain games. You just don't. And yesterday was a new game release, you know? So actually me playing South of Midnight yesterday, I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know if people were going to like it or dislike it. Well, now I know the answer. People absolutely disliked it. Abysmal.
So remember, Yakuza got the same amount of support. So you're going to say the same thing about Yakuza, right? I hope he's going to say that because they got the same amount of money. So I hope he also says people hate Yakuza here. But
like literally abysmal views, abysmal engagement, everyone complaining the entire time that we played the game. Which was, shocked me. All right, because I'm going to give you my honest take, and I'm going to give you a mini review for the 2.5 hours that I played it. All right, and I just feel like my opinion here is honest and unbiased. Ooh. I hate to say it. I just feel like, sadly, today.
Wow, double style. I hate to say it, and sadly means I love to say this, and I can't wait to tell you about it. Because Pocket Vasidi says, love pew. Because Pocket Vasidi.
I just feel like, sadly, today we have politicized everything in our lives, and that's unfortunate.
All right,
and what I mean by that is, the days of being able to just judge something at face value are long gone because now everyone sits on the internet 24/7 in their own little circles of thought and belief and just listens to everyone in this white noise of horseshit, spewing nonsense about everything. This is bad. That is bad. This is corrupt. This is evil. This is wrong. This is twisted. This is fucked up. This and that. Instead of just saying, hey, why don't we just actually think for ourselves? And I think that's sad. And by the way, just so you know, I'm not here to say, hey, guess what? South of Midnight is an amazing, great game. That's not the point I'm about to make.
Ooh,
the point I'm about to make is before...
That is not the point I'm about to make. All right, Sav Violin's a little too low. We'll pump it up a little bit. How about that? That is not the point I'm about to make. Some of you, games are saying it's twisted, it's bad. It's not.
Midnight is an amazing, great game. That's not the point I'm about to make.
Oh,
the point I'm about to make is before I even booted the game, you had people who were shitting on it, who had never seen it, never played it, and only just listened to this bullshit discourse online, and they allow it to formulate their opinions for them, and that's fucking sad, pathetic, and it's bad because back in the day, when I started as a YouTuber, every single game that I play, I was able to say, guys, this is a DSP playthrough. What does that mean? It means that I'm going to judge it fairly.
Okay, real quick. He's going to say this bullshit about how he could play whatever game people wanted it. Because, yeah, he had way more viewers then. So when you have way more viewers, you don't give a shit if 15% of them dip out because you still have that many viewers. Now that's not happening. But okay. Now when your viewers are that low, you really can't have that happen, can you? When everything is relying on 3 people.
What does that mean? It means that I'm going to judge it fairly at face value. It doesn't mean if it's a puzzle game, an action game, a platform game, a fighting game, a racing game, an RPG, a narrative-based visual novel. Yeah. I could go on. It doesn't matter what game developer made it. It doesn't matter if it was an American-based developer, a European-based developer, a Japanese-based developer. None of this matters. I'm going to play this game and just be honest and transparent with my audience, with the thoughts about the game. Mm-hmm. So that way, based on what you know about me and my likes and dislikes, you can judge for yourself if you're going to like this game.
Yes.
And people really liked that about my playthroughs. They said Phil's playthroughs seem genuine and honest. He's not kissing butt.
Yeah, people always said that.
Because he's not taking a payout.
It wasn't DSP that always said that. It was the people in the emails that always said that. Right.
To do so, but he's also not a content creator that makes overly negative content just for the sake of being negative. He has nothing to benefit. He just is honest. And his honesty allows us to judge for ourselves whether or not we're going to play said game.
That was a long email. He got many of those. Lots of people sending that email, by the way. Walyab says he has to be doing this pro-woke bit because he wants to be on the Kiwi farms. Well, he's saying he's anti-woke, actually. I think that's what we're going to get here, I believe, is we're going to get anti-woke. Nick says, my content is not the problem. You are! I think that's what he's going to say here, though, is that woke is bad. You know, which he does say, you know, some things are too woke, like that Lost Records or whatever. But this one is, people are saying it's woke when it's not. We'll get there in the end, I think. Silas Sama says, I need a sandwich analogy. The BLT is too woke. That means you hate bacon too much.
People liked the fact that I would be the guy to go and buy every game, play it, would beat it within a few days and give you my honest opinion, so that way I could save you a buck if it was a game that you weren't interested in after you figured out what I had to say. Or maybe it was a hidden gem you didn't know about or you were on the fence about buying, but once you've seen or heard me talk about it, now you know you want to go play it for yourself.
That's the point, Bro Cyrus. That's it.
Okay?
That's it. Bro Cyrus just summed it up. This is what it's going to say. The game's not woke, but if you don't like it, then you're racist.
Sadly, I feel like this has completely been lost.
No.
All right? In this online cacophony of uproar and politicized bullshit.
Cacophony.
And I want to talk about that today because I'm upset.
You didn't start yet?
I'm legitimately upset. Now, you may disagree with me and that's okay, but I hope that you'll at least give me my take a chance here. All right? Because at this point, I don't want to have to judge what I do and play on my streams based on an angry mob of people on the internet screaming about a game, right? I don't want to miss out on stuff because everyone's saying it's bad, but then I play.
Why don't you just play whatever the fuck you want, right? This is a good solution for all of this is you could just play the game, whatever fucking game you want, right? But if life is controlled by 3 people giving you money, then you can't do that. So in the end, how should we say this? How should I put this? Maybe this is what you're looking for?
You have done that yourself.
Okay. So there we go.
Play it, and I'm like, but it ain't that bad, or maybe it's even good. No, it's bad. Why are you playing it?
If you want to change his opinion, you could just keep playing it, right? And prove everybody wrong.
Stop playing it.
It's pretty easy, right?
Terrible. I'm leaving. What the hell?
Show how good it is to everyone then. Show how awesome the playthrough is. Make the best playthrough on YouTube about it and see what happens.
Oh, it actually upsets me. So we're going to talk about this today.
Sure.
All right? And I want you to understand where I'm coming from. And hopefully we can come to some kind of a consensus. Because in a situation like this, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm in the wrong, supposedly. If I play a game like that and everyone says, well, we don't like it, but I continue to play it. Phil, why are you forcing your audience to watch this game that no one wants? What an idiotic move. Don't you understand that you're streaming for an audience and you're not just playing this for yourself? You need to play stuff that entertains us. What kind of a streamer are you, you moron? Stop playing this game.
Play what you want.
But then if I stop playing the game, I hear, oh, well, you're what a quitter. Well, you don't finish any games anymore. You literally just stop playing games in the middle all the time now. So why would I tune in? I'm so disappointed in you. What? So no matter what I do, I'm the one in the wrong. If I play it, I'm wrong. And if I stop playing it, I'm also wrong. That kind of baffles me.
So why don't you just do whatever the fuck you want, like every other human being on this fucking earth that does what you want? Prove people wrong if you want to prove people wrong, if you got a big brain take about something. But instead, we're just going to bitch about it and just play whatever games we think will get us money.
Because what you're saying basically is no matter what, I can never win. You know what I mean? I feel like that's unfair, and I think I've had enough of it.
Okay.
No, I mean it too. Like, I think I've just had enough of that very toxic attitude of people on the internet who feel like they're so fucking entitled that everything that someone does is wrong no matter what. It really pisses me off because I'm trying to do the right thing,
cry?
Not only for my viewership, but for my business and for my livelihood. And it's hard to decide what to do when no matter what choice I make, it was still the wrong choice according to everyone on the internet.
So what are you going to do? What's the solution for this? You got to sue them?
So let's talk about it. All right? Let's talk about it fairly and honestly and openly today, shall we? I would like to get this out in the open.
It's not out in the open yet?
I want to know how to proceed. I do. I'm very apprehensive now about trying certain kinds of games because maybe if there's a game that seems like it's politically fueled and everyone wants to talk about social issues and politics instead of the game, then maybe I should just say, fuck the game. I'm not going to even bother with it. But that's sad because I might miss out on good games, you know?
Okay.
Anyway, before we get to all of this, let's do some shout-outs.
All right.
Let's start with some shout-outs today.
I mean, that's true.
Let's get some contributions on the leaderboard.
Phil can't play games, don't bring him money. That's fucking true. But I mean, if you want to bitch about how people are complaining, what is the point of that? Bitching about other people complaining. If you spend your time bitching about how other people complain, I mean, that doesn't seem like a very good use of your time for anybody, man.
Let's get some momentum flowing towards hitting a goal number 10, which means we will do DSP tries at Little Caesars on today's stream. That's the truth. If we hit the goal today on this stream, we're doing DSP tries at Little Caesars on this stream.
Sweet.
Which I would absolutely love to do.
I didn't know that was on the table.
She's okay with it today. She's like, yeah, it's fine. So let's hit it, okay? Here we go.
Let's hit it.
So, first of all, it's your boy, Jesus, a $2.99 super chat, but it's actually Australian, so technically it's around a $2 super chat. Sweet Baby Inc. is why Salt of Midnight is hated. Well, we'll talk about that. Okay?
You're going to remember that, right?
About that, okay?
Okay. I hope you're going to remember that. That's kind of a key part of the story here, Philip. I can't believe a radio LARPer hates Casey Kasem's performance as Shaggy. I know Casey Kasem as the radio guy. I didn't know he did Shaggy, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not up on my Scooby-Doo lore, clearly.
Thank you for this first super chat of the day. Let's take a look at tips. First tip of the day is a $5 tip.
From Flatman B.
From Flatman B. He says, hey, everyone. I hope that... Hold on. I got to clean the screen of my laptop. It's actually quite dirty. I should probably go grab a paper towel and some glass cleaner. But he says, hey, everyone. Hope all is well. Jesus bless you all. Have a great day. Thank you to Flatman B.
Have a great day. At least we got blessed today. Oh, Flatman B. I have a book you might like. Every Man in the Bible, fully illustrated. There's a lot of $2 super chats coming in on Philip's stream that are definitely trolls. So we have for your little wrestling game, Pookie. That's a Amberlyn reference to Pookie there. And then we have are you gonna play 2XKO with It's a Gundam, which is clearly a troll tip as well. So there we go.
First tip of the day, and a very positive message for everyone. Thank you, Flatman.
Comrade Alex is adding to the hair discourse. Dude, that hair is too black compared to that patchy, gross, wiry bum hair beard. Come on. Well, there is situations in which the beard can be totally gray and the hair is black. That does exist. I'm not saying that's the case here, but it is a possibility, right? So, but yes, I'm starting to change my opinion. You guys are changing my opinion on this one, for sure. I'm starting to see the light. Or, in this case, the blackness.
Appreciate that.
Not that. Not that. That. This one.
Alrighty, and then we've got...
It's very comparable if you put it like this, isn't it?
A $2 tip.
It's very comparable.
Someone tipped $2 saying... It's not fair to judge South of Midnight as woke because later in the game it subverts that message. I mean, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
There's no way to know.
So
why I didn't get that
There
far.
is a way to know, and that way is playing the game. So that's bullshit.
I played 2.5 hours, and the insane amount of people literally complaining in my chat that I'm playing this game, like yelling at me, why are you playing this? This is boring. This game is awful. This game is woke. This game is sweet babying. This game is racist. This game is blah, 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 blah. I'm playing the game, and I'm like, literally none of this is happening in the game. Like, none of it is actually taking place in the game. But everyone's just sitting there whining, and then we lost a bunch of viewers. Like, we started off that stream with a decent amount of viewership. Okay. And by the end, I didn't even have 200 total viewers. Everyone had tapped out and left because everyone was just whining about this game, saying that it was too woke and it was Sweet Baby Inc. and all that shit. And I really want to address this fairly today.
You already did.
Because at this point, I feel like, again, moving forward.
Oh, well, let's move forward.
I need to figure out how we're going to tackle these kind of issues and judge what kind of games to play. Like, to be honest with you, if I have to deal with this shit every time we play a game like this, then I just don't fucking want to bother with it. Like, I don't. I really don't.
That'll show him. That'll show him. That'll bring gaming back. Just do whatever the internet tells you to do or not do every single time.
It's too much of a pain in the ass. I want to play games and judge them at face value and not have everyone screaming at me because I chose to play a certain game and you think that there's political shit tied to it or social shit or racial shit tied to it. I just want to play video games. Do you get it? Like, I shouldn't have to be torn into your discourse that you have created or you got so inundated in.
Oh, shit, you saw that? I thought I was in studio mode. God damn it. This is from last night, though. Look, yeah, as Frog Machine says, it looks like something is entering the screen here shortly. Looks like John Rambo is ready to roll, if you know what I'm saying. And we're saying like, whoa!
In this discourse that's online about said game because you just can't think for yourself. Because that's what it is. These people are getting into online hate mobs about fucking video games. You realize it's a fucking video game, right?
So why don't you keep playing it then?
You don't have to just sit there and be completely angry about shit all fucking day. Because someone online is screaming that there's politics in a video game.
If only there was a way to combat this discourse. And I realize I'm talking about DSP, so it wouldn't matter anyway. But if only there was a way to not bend the knee to the whims of the people, the hate mobs. If only there was a way. As a game streamer that could continue playing a game that people are saying is woke, but you don't think it is. If only there's a way we could fight that. Maybe keep playing or... Oh, we'll just quit it.
When I'm playing the game and we're not even seeing that.
Oh, God, nice. Sip fart of defiance.
Okay.
Yeah, he tried against Hogwarts. Yeah, he did. He tried against that. He really fought against that one. I don't get it, guys. A Shiny Teeth says, if Dye's not involved, why did Cat just happen to go from redhead to the same shade as black as Phil? Well, they don't use the same dye, Shiny Teeth. They don't just, we got some dye left over. You want to put it in your husband's hair? They don't do that.
I received a $3 tip. My nose itches.
But, I mean...
Now that GameCube will be coming to the Nintendo Online service on Switch 2, would you be willing to do some GameCube playthroughs? Yes. I already told you guys, many years ago, I was willing to do GameCube playthroughs because I have a Model 1 Switch that plays GameCube games. That's how I did my Super Mario Sunshine playthrough many years ago.
That's a great one. Great one. Okay, everyone's saying GameCube. Hold on.
I told you guys, many years ago, I was willing to do GameCube playthroughs because I have a Model 1 Switch that plays GameCube games. That's how I did because I already went to the Nintendo Online service on Switch 2. Would you be willing to do some GameCube playthroughs? Yeah.
GameCube. You're right. You got it. GameCube. I got it.
GameCube game. Everyone wanted me to play. And once I finished it, that was it. Like, no one cared.
You are correct.
Okay. Really fast, I am going to go grab a paper towel and some cleaner. I want to wipe down my laptop screen.
Perfect time.
Because it looks a little yucky. It looks like it's built up, probably from me eating food in here with DSP Tries It over the last couple of months. So let me just go wipe this quickly, and then we'll continue. It'll be like 2 seconds.
I'm saying just because Kat got her hair dyed at the place doesn't mean Philip automatically did, right? Of course, every hair salon has the ability to dye people's hair, but that's what I'm saying. There's not correlation there. But I'm telling you, I'm on the team of dyed hair now more than ever before. But I'm just saying. Matt I says, I was frightened by the moon in Majora's Mask. Now this has replaced it. This one? I feel like this has a lot of uses, right? A lot of uses. No, 3 days remain. 2 days remain. All right, I'll stop. Charles Benvelin, big up Charles. Okay. Double-digit viewers total. Hell yeah. Mr. Extravagant says Alex Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's all-time score record in the NHL. Big up Snood.
If I don't do it now, because
he's been excited about this. Yes, Canada has lost the all-time goals record, and they are coping. They are coping. Now it's in the hands of a Russian. Cope and seethe, Canada. First DSP felt you yesterday, and now Alex Ovechkin holds the goal record.
Really fast, so let me do this. Because if I don't do it now, because people are like, why do you do that in the middle of the podcast? Because if I don't, I'll never do it. I'm just looking at it now. I'm noticing it. I'll never remember to do this later.
Okay, so that is once again your problem. Got it.
Make it make sense.
Yes, okay. Definitely. Nick says Phil's yapping could put a rabbit to sleep. Oh, wait. Okay. Maybe that's why. That's why Bugs Bunny went out. He said, fuck this shit. I'm tired of it.
All right, that should be good.
Thank you. Whew. Thank you. Nice. Jericho says that, and a good point, that's some next level racism to hate an urban style person starring in a game so much that refuse to support DSP stream of it on principle. Like assuming you were a normal contributor to DSP to all of a sudden say, oh my god, she's black, no support. Like, accusing your audience of that is low-key insane, right? You know?
Alrighty. It's your boy Jesus did another super chat and says, any chance for a Commandos 1 remastered playthrough? What is Commandos 1? I'm actually not even sure what that is.
Good point. Good point. Thanks, buddy.
If you
Option
can
3
explain to
real.
me what it is, and if it's something that I missed out on and I should play, maybe I would consider it. Right now, we're so inundated with games, we can't do anything new. We've got Atom Fall and Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii I need to finish. Disco Elysium. Blueprints coming out tomorrow. Don't have the freedom to be jumping into 17, 18 new games every day. And people want me to keep playing new games. Like, well, if you understand every new game I play, I can't finish another one. Or I can't play another one a second, third, fourth, fifth time. Right? So there you go.
Yes, he will.
Let's see. It's Simply Eddie did a $5 super chat. I have a proposition. If you play God of War 2, Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, I'll donate $200, $400, $600. I never played them, right? I don't think I ever played those, correct?
He's thinking about it.
I don't think so.
Damn.
Well, wait a minute. Let me think about this. I did play God of War 2, but never for you two.
I expected that too, Nick. No. He's like, hold on a minute. Well, I didn't play those, did I? Sounds pretty good.
Play some of it offline at one point.
That's just LARP.
Before I was a YouTuber, I think I played it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
pretty
remember.
Fun. Hold on.
Or
okay.
did I? Maybe that's the one I never played. Maybe that is the one I never played. I think it is the one I never played. I think I played the intro and that was it. On one of like we tested it on like the cloud streaming service or whatever at one point. What was it? PS Now. But we never went in and played it after that. So yeah. And I never played. I think Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta are the handheld ones, correct?
Oh, so we're still thinking about it though.
No, I never played any of those.
That wasn't
Would I
the
ever
question.
play them? Maybe, if there was a reason to.
How about $200, $400, and $600?
I wonder if there's like versions on PC that actually like run well.
Did
like,
you
really
not
nice
read it?
Graphics and stuff. But as for the playthroughs, at this point, no, I don't think I would consider it. But maybe if people wanted it as a downtime thing,
this person is telling you they want it so much they will give you $200, $400, and $600.
At some point, I would say this. I think the next marathon we do, so when we hit 50 goals, right now we're about to hit 10, right? When we hit 50 goals in the next, month or so, I think the next marathon we should do should either be viewers' choice again, because it's time now for us to do another event where you guys pick the games, I try them, and if the games work out, then we do a playthrough of them. Or we should bring back like a retro marathon. But I'm feeling maybe viewers' choice this time.
Thank fuck for that.
Maybe one of these games, like maybe a God of War game, would be one of the games that you guys choose for me to play, right? Okay. Only Jax did a $2 super chat for your little wrestling game Pookie. Okay. I'll take your $2 and do 7,000 pulls in WWE Champions. Thank you so much for that.
That's a ridiculous idea, Philip. You know exactly how much the pulls cost, sir.
We have The Block, who did a $5 super chat, and actually...
by the way, I did have that up too. Ran out of time today. I should have started earlier today. But TJ Gamebox 100% laid out how you could spend $3,000 in a game on his Twitter. Always worth following TJ Gamebox if you're not. There's also the option of just buying the in-game currency. As you can see, there is a $1,000 option there. So you could absolutely spend as much money as you want. And Scopely didn't add little safety mechanisms in there to not let people spend too much. They didn't do that. So there you go.
Be the biggest super chat of today so far from The Block. So let's get The Block up on the leaderboard.
Oh, God, yeah.
And The Blocks...
And they have higher ones, too, remember, that they send to the whales. They send the best options to the whales. Not a joke. Certainly it's more ethical to steal from banks at that point. I know, man. Like, I don't think government should control too much, But I think there should be some limits of some things. And I think gambling is one of them, actually. Hot take me on this one. But just like alcohol, just like cigarettes, I think there should be some regulations on gambling in mobile games, honestly. But all right.
Let's see a Luigi's Mansion playthrough on GameCube. It's short and sweet. Yeah, the only Luigi's Mansions I ever played.
And maybe that's the addict-style person in me speaking up for protecting my kind. But still, man.
Was whatever one was on the 3DS. I played it for a little bit, but I never got too far in it. I actually... early on in my YouTube days, right, when I first started being a popular YouTuber and I started going to conventions and the like, I bought a 3DS and I had Zelda Link Between Worlds, and I had the handheld Luigi's Mansion game. Okay, and I played each of them just a little bit. Like I went on a trip and on a plane, I played them for a little bit, and that was it. I never went back. I never did playthroughs of them or anything like that.
Why? Oh my God! Why
now,
are we still
years
talking
later,
about this?
Luigi's Mansion was it 3 came
Yeah.
out, I think, for Switch, and we did a full playthrough of that, and I actually really liked it.
Yes,
so maybe I would
definitely.
like going back and playing like Luigi's Mansion 1 on GameCube or the handheld one, which I think later on, I think they ported that to the Switch too, right?
Yeah,
so
you
maybe
go,
we
David.
would consider
That's
playing
me
some of
too.
those in the future.
Me
Maybe
too.
that would be a good playthrough for October, right? Play it in Halloween month. It makes sense. It's kind of themed, right? Well, thank you.
You can
to the
never
block for that.
underestimate how stupid people are and how much addictions can take over people's lives, right?
Then I got a $2 super chat from Arcade Demon. Will you play 2XKO with It's a Gundam?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I'm not playing 2XKO because 2XKO is League of Legends, which
you
I
can do
don't
that.
care for or like. It's made by the Cannon Brothers.
Oh, cool.
Who I feel are one
Shout outs to the Cannon Brothers! Hell yeah! I love them! Cannon Brothers shout out. Awesome. What was I going to say about them? I hope it's positive and meaningful.
the major reasons why fighting games were kind of like messed up for a long time tournament-wise.
What?
Also, don't even get me started on GGPO netcode. So, no, I have absolutely no desire to play that fighting game whatsoever. And now, basically, people are also crapping on the game, basically saying that it's only going to have like 8 characters at launch. It looks like it's an unfinished game. I'm not playing it. The FGC can have their field day with that game. I have no interest in it. Okay.
Stay coping, bitch.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the early support. Let's keep that rolling. Right now, we have a bunch of super chats and a couple of tips. How about we get our first membership on YouTube? And
Yeah, and by the way, yes, the game is not finished, so they're still making the game, so they're trying to test it. They wouldn't have the full roster when they're testing the game. But oh, you think I'm shilling Minecraft movie right now? When that game comes out, holy fuck. It's gonna be, we're gonna change the name of that being said to whatever that game is called. Oh my god, it's gonna be awesome. We are gonna make that game to the top of the charts.
get our first sub on Kick. Let's get the support spread around, and let's get that momentum moving so we can hit the goal on the stream, and we can do DSP tries it at the end of this stream after the Atom Fall gameplay. Okay? All right. Before we get to the major topics of today, I have a minor topic that I would like to cover. Let's just cover this very briefly.
What about the South of Midnight thing? We're just skipping that?
Coming up, the first week of June, to no one's surprise,
I was wrong.
Is the annual Summer Games Fest or Summer Game Fest digital presentation. It will be on June 6th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Likely, I will cover it live. It is on a Friday, so I should be here. All right. I will likely cover this live. It will probably be a bunch of announcements of new games and stuff like that. So probably you can see me. I'll probably do a live react to it. Okay? Because it is during my normal work day and all of that. So I likely would react to that.
Gotcha.
Okay? All right. But also, just a couple days after that, we've got the Xbox Game Showcase on Sunday, June 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time, followed by the Outer Worlds 2 Direct, which is all about, guess what, the Outer Worlds 2.
No.
Will I cover this live? That's a tough question. That will be my day back from a break because, you know, Saturdays are my day off.
So what?
I'm considering it. But it means that I'd have to stream really early, and you guys would have to be here early because, you know, usually my stream doesn't start till a little after 11. This would mean my stream would start like 9:30, and then you guys would have to be there at 10 so I could do the live react to Xbox Game Showcase. All right.
Oh
so
my God,
put
10
these on
a.m.
the calendar. In fact, I'm going to put these on the calendar right now.
Oh, we have cleaned up our desktop a little bit. Trolls felted. Faradox says, did you find any pictures of the Egyptians mentioned Ezekiel 23:20 in the Men of the Bible book you bought? I believe there was some Egyptian style people in the book. I just leafed through it though. It didn't take me much time to finish reading it. That's what I meant to say. Pick up Faradox.
So the day after the Switch 2 launch,
finish reading it.
Is Summer Game Fest.
Finish reading it.
2 p.m. PDT. No. There you go. So I just wanted to cover that early before we got into other topics. FYI, coming up in June, some important stuff in the world of gaming. All right? All right.
Now can we get to the woke stuff?
To the south of midnight discussion, everyone gets all angry and pissy with each other.
God.
I would like to do a nice, fun live unboxing, okay? So here's the deal. In the last 6 to 8 months...
I am taking donations during this unboxing, just letting you know.
Right? I have completely changed my setup. I now use a dedicated mid-range to low-end, high-range gaming PC.
Hold on a second here. What?
A dedicated mid-range to low-end, high-range gaming PC.
Okay, we're going to try that one more time.
I now use a dedicated mid-range to low-end, high-range gaming PC.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Claireberry. Mid-range to low-end, high-range. Very specific range.
I use a dedicated capture streaming PC.
Okay.
I now play certain games on mouse and keyboard, and one of the notable ones that I do is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and probably moving forward, all competitive FPS-style games, like probably Doom and stuff like that, I'll be playing on mouse and keyboard. All right? In addition to that, I've started using headphones again for various different things. Now, I don't use headphones full-time.
Mid-range to low-end, high-range.
Like you should
streamer.
need to use headphones full-time. If there's a game that needs surround sound and you feel like you're going to benefit more from it, then headphones are warranted, correct? And for me, when I'm doing certain kinds of shows, for example, when I'm doing my Smart Guys wrestling commentary show, and I have a guest on via Discord, it makes sense to use headphones. So that way there's no echo in the room or anything like that. It just makes it easier.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now.
Okay, go ahead.
For the time being, the last 6 to 8 months, I've been using a pair of wireless headphones from Corsair. These headphones I purchased for my wife in 2018. Okay. So they were pretty old headphones that at the time, my wife was using for PC gaming. When she moved in with me in 2018, she brought her gaming PC, and she was playing Overwatch 1 back then, and she liked Overwatch 1. So we bought her these surround sound wireless gaming headphones, and she used them for about the equivalent of 2 months' time. After that, she basically got completely turned off by Overwatch 1 and stopped playing it entirely, didn't really care about that anymore, and basically turned into a console gamer. And ever since, she's been playing on console, okay? So because of that, these headphones went mostly unused. After those 2 months initially that she used them, they literally just sat around in the box unused.
Okay, why are we telling this part of the story, actually?
Okay? Fast forward to the past couple of years, you may have noticed that every once in a while, if I'm on a show or a podcast, I've had these headphones on. Yes. But for the most part, I don't use headphones. All right? So, all of a sudden, back in the fall, right, I started doing appearances on shows, podcasting, and the like, and I needed headphones to do it, and I started using those Corsair headphones. Not regularly, but maybe every once in a while, a couple times a month, stuff like that. Last couple of months since I adopted full-on PC gaming and keyboard and mouse for Call of Duty, I actually have been using the headphones more often, maybe like for a couple streams a week. I put on the headphones to get I think it's called the Windows Spatial Audio is what it's called. So it's surround sound. It's not the best, but it is surround sound. You can hear steps around you and things like that. I've had better, but I've certainly had worse as well. So it's kind of in the middle of the road for me.
The payoff will be worth it?
You've seen me with these headphones on, okay? However, I decided to get a new set for 2 major reasons.
The first one is I got $2,000 for my birthday party, so I had money to burn. And the second one is this one has Lightspeed technology, which I think is the best thing on the planet Earth. So there we go.
Okay. Reason number 1.
Go ahead.
Is because I've basically upgraded everything else in my setup. If you think about it, I've upgraded the cameras, the capture quality, the audio quality, everything around me, the keyboards, the mice, everything here has been fully upgraded. But the one thing I didn't actually upgrade was the headphones because I wasn't consistently using them. And I said, if everything else is new, I might as well start fresh with the headphones as well. But you might have noticed I didn't right away. Like back in December, I was upgrading everything. But
Kick Chat is 100% spamming the cats, as Mr. Extravagant is doing now. If you watch it, that's all they do, and they're still doing it now to this very moment.
I didn't
in real
upgrade the
time.
headphones. And you might say, I wonder why Phil didn't. Well, because at that point, I wasn't using them that much. You know, every once in a while, I was like, why upgrade something that you're barely using? But now I've started to use them a lot more, particularly for Call of Duty. Likely, I'll also use them for Doom and a few other games as well.
Yep.
So that's why I said, hey, if I'm using them more often, maybe I should upgrade them. But the other major reason that I wanted to upgrade them is because they're wearing out, which is hilarious because I don't use them that often. But on the side of these Corsair headphones is this fake leather. And let me just tell you, I hate the whole fake leather thing that they use in all these kind of accessories. But it's it's prominent. Yeah. Almost every gaming accessory,
fake leather.
Any headphone or something with a cushion has the plastic leather, right? That stuff is not made to last at all. And if you just consistently use anything that has it, it wears out really fast. So I want you to think about this. This is a pair of headphones I had since 2018. Yeah. My wife only used them for about 2 months and completely stopped using them. They were in storage in a box, not being used. For the longest time.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Tangry Savory Seasonings in KickChat says, this is the most extensive purchase justification I've heard in my life, and I agree.
I take them out. I start using them back in the fall, and I only use them maybe a couple times a month for podcasting and the like. Okay?
Oh, my God.
All of a sudden, I start actually using these things regularly. And within 2 months of me using them, because I started using them around mid-January, right? Middle of March, all of the plastic leather has cracked and is coming off. And it's getting everywhere. Like, every time I use it, it's on my clothes, it's on the floor, it's all over my setup. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. These things are not made to last. They do this on purpose.
Yep.
They're using inferior materials, and they're manufacturing them at a low quality rate so that after you use them for a few months of regular use, they fall apart. And then they expect you to just buy a new one because the ear cups on those Corsair headphones are not replaceable. They don't pop on and off or anything. I've had headphones in the past, gaming headphones, that had replaceable ear cups, in which case, sure, if it wears out in 6 to 8 months, I'll just buy a new set. But those are not. So it's bullshit. This synthetic leather plastic nonsense. You would think that they would be doing better. It's 2025. No, everything's still crap. Okay? So, anyway, since they were already falling apart.
KickChat is on fire today. Look at that. He can't stop watching either. Look, he is just mesmerized by the cats. And they're just saying all this stuff in that KickChat.
All right. And they were outdated and old. I said, let's just get some new headphones. So I did. And basically what I did is I was looking for wireless gaming headphones. I don't want a wire running across the floor here. You know, these headphones don't use digital out anymore like they used to. They all used to use the optical audio out. None of them use that anymore. They're either using a headphone jack or they just use a wireless adapter. Okay, if you use a headphone jack, you don't get surround sound. You'll only get surround sound if you're using like a third-party in-between unit. And I did see one, like actually, if you can believe it, remember Astro, the company I used to get the Astro A40s? They got bought out by Logitech. So Astro is now officially owned by Logitech, which is hilarious. And so you can buy Astro A50s or 40s, which are wireless, and they have their own surround sound hub thing you get with it. And they say, oh, this will sync with any console. And basically, I was like, well, you know, I could do this, but I don't really want to go that crazy. By the way, I'm...
Droop a mouth in KickChat says, stop bulging your eyes and play a game. Tony T asks, what does this have to do with the game? Well, it's the story. Down Forward Punch says, the sound in these headphones doesn't move at the speed of sound. It moves the speed of light, hence the light speed name. Oh, that's why he got it. He wanted the sound to move at the speed of light instead of the speed of sound. Now, that's a good purchase, Down Forward Punch. Big ups.
I'm literally never going to be using these with console because the only console I have right now is PS5 Pro. And if I do that, I'm probably not going to be playing competitive shooters on it or anything. I don't really need it for that. So I don't really need the crazy receiver and shit like I used to have back in the day. Okay.
He
I said, I'll
cannot
just go for
stop.
whatever is like easy to use with a wireless dongle. That's what I was using with the Corsair anyway. Just a wireless adapter, and you just use the Windows Spatial Audio. So whatever will work with that. So I went and I found it, and this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Logitech Pro X2 light speed gaming headset. And as you can see, I opted to get the black color. And you might say, well, I wonder why did he get the black, not another color? Didn't they have others? Well, they only have one other color, which is pure white. And to be honest, the pure white looks amazing. But when I say pure white, I mean the entire headset, every piece of it is white, including the ear cups. And when I took one look at that, I was like, why ear cups?
Yeah,
that are going to be
ear cups?
touching my ears and my hair every day. Dude, I'm going to be wearing those for like 2 months, and it's going to be completely gross. You know, all your natural oils from your skin and hair are going to absorb into those white ear cups, and those things are just going to look disgusting. So I opted, let's go with black, okay? Now, a few features of this that I already like better than the Corsairs. The microphone is optional. You don't need to have the microphone attached, which I don't need. I never need a microphone. My microphone is right here.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to have this stupid mic bouncing off or sticking up. With the Corsairs, I always had to have it like sticking up at an angle. It looked really stupid.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing. It also looks like the actual ear cups are way more comfortable than the Corsairs. The Corsairs just never really fit right.
It looks like they're more comfortable.
On my head.
Okay.
These look like they're a lot more comfy, which is good. But,
look at the fucking
so
cats.
we're going to try them out.
The cats are on fire.
All right. I don't know
cannot stop
exactly
the
all
cats.
the features yet, but we're going to try them today with Call of Duty. Supposedly, they're just plug and play. Like, you don't necessarily use their proprietary software. I think there is software you can get for these, but they're plug and play. You plug it in via USB, install general drivers, you use the Windows Spatial Audio.
Yeah, $250
go.
about. 230
All
on
right.
sale or something, Weston Evans. So,
all right, here we go. Let's take a look at the Logitech Pro X2 Lightspeed headset.
oh,
Let's
the dude
unbox
says
it live,
the reviews
shall
are
we?
bad on those. Are they?
So here
Let's
we are.
see.
Let's go ahead and just open it up. It opens from the bottom. I have not opened this yet, so I don't even know what it looks like.
No.
So already they're telling me
That's what I'm getting the vibe too. I feel like he's fighting the dad yelling at the kids being too loud in the car vibe right now. Right? But he's kind of building up to it. He's holding it there. He's holding it in, but it feels like we might get that moment. Do you want me to turn this stream around? That moment might come.
What the buttons are and everything on the thing. I'm taking a look at it. It says, so there's a power on. There's a Bluetooth enabled.
At $227 for me on Amazon. And let's check.
But I don't want to use Bluetooth. Yeah, I'm not going to use Bluetooth. I'm going to use the dedicated wireless adapter that's in this. That's what I want to use. I don't want to use Bluetooth. Okay.
Yes.
So let's take a look. Let's see what we've got. Let's take them out of the box, and we'll take a look at what else is in the box after the fact. But obviously, you know, the main event is the headphones themselves. So it's got a nice, soft, cushioned pleather band. Not real leather, of course, but pleather.
So we bought that, though. Okay.
Okay.
I thought we hate that, but now we bought that. Again? What?
And yes, pleather ear cups. However, I believe they are replaced.
Why would you ever buy that if you know you don't like that? And you're willing to spend $230, I'm pretty sure you could find a different kind of ear cup that if you don't like that. Greedo the Green says, woke headset won't hit the goal now. Big ups. Silas Sama says, I'm not donating because of the urban headphones. You guys are...
Flexible ear cups, but maybe I'm wrong.
Same wavelength.
I thought they had said that they come off, but I'm not sure. Maybe they don't. Maybe they actually don't. I don't know. I thought that they did, but maybe not. Let's take a look here. Let's undo this one. Okay.
Oh, look at those puppies.
Well, from what I'm seeing, first of all, do they extend in length at all? Yes, they do.
Yes,
okay,
they do.
So each side
Huge.
can extend in length. to adjust to the size of your head, so that's good.
Hold on, Chew's requesting some paper from the printer. Say hi to Chew, everybody. Want to say something? Just say hi real quick. They'll lose their minds. Watch. They love you more than me, so just say it to them. Hold on, I gotta get paper. Hang on. How about 2? Here we go. 2 pieces of paper for Chew, as you can hear right here. There you go. Can you just scream something? They'll love it. There you go. Let's go.
All right.
Hopefully you heard the scream. She was alive.
They are replaceable. The block says they are replaceable. Really? He says there's actually a second set in the box with these. Oh, really? That's cool. Are they cloth instead of pleather? Because I think I'd rather have cloth instead of these, because I know from history, these are probably going to fall apart, you know?
Pitch perfect, TBH. Yeah,
so,
definitely.
First of all, they got this plastic on the side. I'm just going to take that off. Shiny metal sides. Look at that. Super shiny.
Yeah,
no
look at that.
RGBs
Hype.
on these guys.
Why?
My Corsair
What?
did have RGBs that would sync with my Signal RGB program. These headphones do not have RGBs, which is very disappointing, right?
Yes.
Incredibly disappointing. No, I don't care. I can't see the RGBs on the headphones because they're on my head. So why did I ever care that there were RGBs? I never did, you know? I just kind of silly.
Right. Definitely.
Okay, here we go.
He knows the tractors talk about the RGBs, so that's it.
Take that plastic off. All right. So, what I'm seeing down here is a ridiculous amount of buttons on this ear cup. See? And I think one is just the power button. Okay, and I was going to say, I hope that there is an on-headphone volume adjuster. There is. Because that's important, to be able to do it just from the headphones.
It seems like you would look that up before you spend $200 on headphones, but okay, we don't know what we fucking buy. Headphones, light. This is what happened last night. 8 shots deep of gin, a few pulls. We do light speed headphones, sort by price, by top. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Use software. So there you go. That's
if that's an important feature for you, like you seem like you want to make sure your headphones have that before you buy.
Online, there's your power switch.
Yeah,
there's
Pro,
your online volume or on headphone volume
this
adapter.
is for pros, Cat. I gotta buy
that's
these.
There's a microphone. Okay, but I'm not going to use the mic. There's the port for the mic. I'm just never going to plug it in. But I guess assuming this is the mute and unmute mic, USB-C connector right there to charge them, and I believe that's a Bluetooth button. Okay. And so I'm assuming one of these is probably for the headphone jack.
Anything else, or?
And one is for the microphone. Okay. So, just for the record, let me try them on. Let me see how they feel. See how comfy they are. I probably have to adjust the length of them. Okay. Oh, yeah. They're not even close to being long enough. So, let's do a couple notches here.
Let's do a couple notches here, live. This is a great unboxing.
Still need a little more.
Did he try those at the smallest size and be like, what? Doesn't fit, huh?
Pretty comfy, I would say. And I would say, actually, the noise cancellation is pretty good in these ear cups. It does feel like the noise cancellation is pretty strong. I don't hear, like right now the landscapers are outside. And I put them on and I can't really hear them that much. I hear them just a little bit. And also, I would say the band here is much better. The band on the Corsair kind of was at the front of my head, and this band is kind of middle of my head. So it feels like they feel more secure than the Corsairs did, and they feel lighter than the Corsairs did.
I am pretty certain that the band is always in the same place for headphones. Why would they be more forward on your head?
Yeah.
What?
And because they're all black colored, that means I'm not going to get them all dyed looking disgusting or anything.
Yeah, it hides the oils.
natural oils from my skin.
Okay.
Okay.
It naturally disguises the oils.
Well, there we go.
It would not dye it with the oils. He has naturally dyeing oils.
Well, and I'm going to have to even it out because they're probably not. I probably stretched out one side longer than this side was longer than this one. So I'll probably have to like adjust it to make it even.
Black dye confirmed.
But in general, Pretty comfy.
Wait,
I would say that's pretty comfy on my ears.
Here we go. Black dye confirmed.
Now, I'm seeing, I think the headphone...
Steven Seagal, what do you think about this discourse? Do you think he has dyed his hair? All right. I'll take that as a yes. Thank you for your input.
I think it is removable, and the reason I say that is because I see this, like, notch here, and I think... See, I don't want to break them, but I feel like you can take the cups off of these. But I'm not sure how. Like, usually when the cups are removable, there's a spot that you're supposed to, like, wedge something in and pull from, but I don't really see that on here. Let's see what else is in the box, shall we? Let's take a look.
Pacamacini, good point. Notice how his hair matches the dark black plastic fake color. Good point. Good point.
Look at the rest of the box and see what else is in there. And we'll put these aside. Okay.
Good point.
So, down here there's something. Here's a box of accessories. Let's see what's in the box of accessories.
Yeah, if you're paying $250, it better be removable cups. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Lord Grimm
Looks
says,
like all the wires.
Has so many features, but we aren't going to use. Why buy? Good question. He's not going to use 0 of all these fucking features. He's not even going to use the microphone. Why would you buy a headset with a microphone? That definitely adds cost, by the way.
The wireless adapter. Let's find out.
If you're not going to use the microphone portion of it, right? But all right. Cool.
Just a bunch of wires. So here's your headphone cable, standard 3mm jack cable. I'm not going to be using that. And then here is your USB-C charger cable, which I will be using to charge these right after this. So there we go. That's how I'll charge them for tonight's late stream. So that's it. That's all that's in there. Just an empty box now. So 2 wires. Okay. There's an upper portion of the box here.
Ooh,
see
the upper decker portion. What's in here? Upper portion.
And I think that's it. Nothing else in here. No, this is all. I believe that's it. Maybe I'm wrong, though.
So it wasn't really an upper portion then, huh?
Maybe there's something else in here. Let's find out. Oh, look. Oh, it's foam. It's what I wanted. It's foam instead of the pleather. Nice.
Didn't even know it's included.
Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted foam instead of pleather, and it has the foam.
Didn't even know it's included.
All right, this is great. I prefer foam instead of the fake leather, and that feels really comfy too. But here's the catch. I know from experience, if you replace the fake leather with this, it's more comfortable for the ear, but it's not as good for noise cancellation.
You think?
Okay, so it's a swap, but it may be a swap that I like or don't like as much.
I guess prefer a foam. Easy to hear.
To look into it, and what it looks like is it goes around. Yeah, I can figure it out. All right, so now I know how to do it. What you got to do is you got to pull this from around the edge like this. Yep. There you go.
It is.
And it comes right off. Ha,
now what?
Look at that. Well, that's very nice.
Take that one, trolls.
Let's do it. Let's replace it with the cloth. Very good.
Chew screaming out classes ALT hosting. Big ups, Loud Motica.
It'll probably be on the tricky side to get on there, though. Like, I might have to mess with it and stretch it out to actually get it on there.
You think? I probably have to stretch it out to fit it on there.
Option. I like that it has the option. Well, this is going to be a pain. I'll probably do this later because this is probably going to take me a while to do.
Yeah, it's an hour project.
Seriously, like to get this on,
that's
it's probably going to be a pain because you got to get it around the edge the way that you want. So,
Phil is a salesman's dream. Yeah, he literally marketing is just directed at people like him.
In the groove. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Looks like what you need to do is just get one piece into the groove. And then
remember how long ago it felt like we had a topic people wanted to hear about, and how many? Like it feels like 2 hours ago now.
It starts to go in. It's easier to get the rest of it to start to go in as you push around the ear.
Oh, did he say one piece?
Cup.
Hold on, let me hear. Let me make sure.
Easier to get the piece into the It looks like what you need to do is just get one piece into the groove.
Okay, here we go. Who's that
and then
one?
once you push...
Correct. Pendant Sin. Look at that. Second guess. Bingo.
Interesting. I used to have ones that were like Turtle Beach ages ago, and those were magnetic. It was actually magnets.
I did that one before, though.
That would snap.
To be honest, I forgot to have one ready. I need to workshop my next one.
On and off of the earphone, like, cup, and I liked them.
I'll check, Dank Tank.
But even those, like, they wore out over time. So even those weren't great. They were just, like, okay.
Dank Tank, you said yay.
Well,
Can't
this is a
accept that.
pain. It's not easy to get on, to be frank. It is going on, but it is a pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's like fighting me. It doesn't want to go into the groove around the edge of the headphone.
It's fighting
nicely
me.
On there. It's nice that it comes with it.
I
Oh, there.
have
I think I
some.
just got it to snap in. Oh, I did. Okay.
The cats
So
are
there,
on
with just a
fire.
little bit of manipulation, I I did get it. It's snapped.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Into place
I'll do
with the
that sometime in the
rubberized
future.
edge.
Necro, that's a good one.
So there it is. There you go. But like I said, I guarantee you, let me get the other one on. It's not going to noise cancel as well. It's just not. Kind of ear cup. These only for me. I won't be using them constantly for podcasting. I use these for.
Okay, we're moving our way faster now. I'm skipping 5 seconds each time I push it.
I'm trying to figure out left and right. Does it actually not say on the headphone itself left and right? It only said it on the ear cup. So how do I know I'm doing this right?
Oh, shoot.
I actually don't. I don't know if I'm putting it on the right side or not because I don't think it physically says on the earphone if it's a left or right earphone. That's not good. The good news is I got this one on even easier.
How do I know? How would you know?
Yeah, I don't know if I
What
did
do you
that
do?
right. Because
What
I
do
don't
you
think it says
do?
left and right on the phones themselves.
Yeah, now what? What are you supposed to do now?
It doesn't, does it? Holy shit. Did they actually have that be an oversight? Are they
It's
serious?
not a fucking oversight if you have 3 brain cells. So there's many options you can avoid this problem. Because yes, the cups themselves have the L and R, but you could just take note of the one you took off before you do that. Also, you could look at the picture of the thing and then check it, but all right. We'll figure it out later.
Okay, I did it correctly, and the reason I know I did it correctly, it's showing on the diagram the right headphone is the one with all the buttons.
Ah. Couldn't fool
And the
him.
right headphone is the one with all the buttons. So I did do the ear cups correctly. So
Good try,
yes.
trolls.
And
now
then
what?
the microphone's supposed to come out the left side. See? So I did it right. Now, what does this sound like?
That's the real question.
Oh, I was 100% correct. Yup. There's way less noise cancellation with the softer ear cups. So that's your trade-off. If you want the softer cloth ear cups, it is comfier by far.
Not me.
All right, what's
There
more
we go.
important?
That
I
was not
guess?
me.
Comfort and not falling apart, because these won't fall apart as quickly either. That's the other thing. They should not fall apart as quickly, I don't think, right?
Nope. Still at
Okay.
0. Haters. Rockclop says, field trip, look up Lee Dye.
Actually,
and
I have
bay
no
it.
idea what's right and wrong.
Lee Dye here.
I have no idea.
Cosplay style.
What side is what? If you're judging from the box, it looks like that the
Big ups, Rockclops.
microphone should be coming out of the left side. And if that's the case, I did it correctly because it looks like that's the microphone jack right there. But that's
Korean
only
style.
if this picture on the box is even correct.
Okay. Can we move past this now?
Well, let's see what's in here.
Oh God, I'm getting
the
bored of
cardboard.
this
I
now.
think it was stuck here, and it flew off.
It flew off.
So there it is.
How
That's
long
what I'm
can
use
this
to plug
take?
it in, you know. Have it
Even
get,
I didn't
received.
expect
Now,
to take
what's
this
in
long.
This bag here is like a box or bag in the back.
Hold on, what's in here? Hang on a minute.
Oh, it's a storage bag. Well, that's useful. Okay,
No,
that's
it's not.
good. A storage bag.
Oh, it's not. You think it is,
On this
but it's
tiny
not.
piece of paper here, I think it's trying to explain some stuff about how to like replace stuff. Yeah, it shows how to replace the headphone cover. It's so tiny, I can't even read it. I would need to get like my glasses to read
I'm
it.
saying if you're a very neat person, it is useful. But like, I know for myself, you think you're going to put it in the storage case, but you don't. You just put it down or on a stand.
It's so small.
But when you want to sell it, it's good to keep it, obviously. But yeah, normally you just put it down or on the stand.
Oh my God, they're actually showing you can actually
Okay, Grandpa.
remove the individual speaker from the ear cup, and it shows there's a wire you can detach.
No,
to
get
do
out
that.
of town.
I don't know why you would want to do that. Maybe if like they were defective and you needed to return them for warranty, you would do that.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
But that's actually what they're showing
Good
is that you
thought.
can actually unplug the internal
Why the
ear
fuck
cup.
would you do that?
Which is
Okay,
kind
anyways.
of a weird thing. I don't know why you would want to do that. Okay, so let's see what else we've got
Why
here.
the fuck would you do that? I'm gonna send it back, so let me take it apart for them first.
So I can already tell you this thing has a lot more stuff to it than the Corsair did with all the nice storage bag and all these accessories and everything.
Definitely.
So there is
Great.
yes, there it is. There is the microphone
Man, donations are rolling in for this content.
that you would plug into them. So let's take a look.
Please.
If this, my hair's all screwed up now, of course. If they were to plug in, this would plug in right here, I believe. Wait, or not? I can't tell. There's two jacks. There's literally two jacks on them.
Oh,
to be
fuck
there
God.
you go, for them. So
We
that way
can't
they're not
handle
just
this
sitting
anymore,
out.
man. There's
Okay,
two
let me try to get some of the stuff
jacks.
away.
There's two jacks. Huh? Let me clean up now.
No, the mic only goes on the one side. The other jack must be for the 3.1 millimeter headphone cord.
Matt Ice says had to get the Rolls Royce of headsets. Mm-hmm. And we didn't even know the fucking features, man.
I'll deal with all this later.
Will you?
All that crap. But yeah, I definitely put the cups on the wrong side. So I just need to reverse those. Not that it matters or anything. This is left and right, but I guess for technical
does matter,
reasons, I
actually?
should put it on the right one. I'm debating,
What?
honestly, if I want to.
It does matter? What? That actually factually does matter?
Use the foam, the cloth, or the actual noise cancellation.
Oh.
I don't know.
2 jacks, 3 king snakes, full house of dents. That's a hell of a full house. Big up
So
to
that's
WPIG.
left. But here's the thing. I don't want that microphone. I'm not going to use that microphone.
That's in the trash.
So it's just going to be like this. All right. Well, now I know how to get them on and off. Build quality seems pretty good. Okay. They're comfy. They're lighter than the Corsairs were. The microphone is removable, and that's a huge plus because I don't use the mic on them. So that allows me to remove the mic and get it out of the way. With the Corsairs, the mic was always in the way and looked stupid. I'd like aim it up or whatever, and it just looked really dumb. Having this mic like flopping on the side of my headphones, and it was always kind of intrusive.
That's why we bought it then, isn't it? Because he thought he looked stupid. Did people make fun of how he looks? I'll try,
overall,
Jay
I like the
YouTube. I'll try.
design. How will they sound? That I don't know. What I need to do right now is charge them. Ugh, there we go. Come on, get on there. Yeah, I need to charge them so that I can try them for Call of Duty tonight. And hopefully, they're just as easy to use as the Corsair were, where It's plug and play, and probably Windows will detect that they can do surround sound, Windows spatial audio. And so I can get that for Call of Duty tonight. If not, I don't know, because it doesn't work. Logitech for anything. On you then hold surround adapter device. For a long time, and I've always liked Android, and it's cheaper, and the features are nice, and so we converted to Android, and I like Droid. I like Droid devices, so
I like Droid. Do you Droid? I Droid.
I'm glad that we swapped, quite frankly. I feel like Apple is just, they're trying to charge you this premium price for something that you're really not getting much or anything out of.
Droid.
So they feel comfy. I like the fact that you have bonus ear cups. I will save these.
Bonus. Big bonus. Huge
I like the fact
bonus.
that it comes with a bag.
Are you down with the Droid? Hello, fellow gamers. Are you down with the Droid?
So that's nice for storage. What I'm going to do, right now I'm going to go plug it in so that they can charge. Well, I might as well toss that in the...
What a show. This is the worst show of the week. Just being honest. All right.
So my hair's all screwed up, but what can you do? That's what happens when you put headphones on, right?
No, not if you get those neck phones. Remember the neck phones? The neck phones would stop that problem, huh?
Okay. So I will be using those for the first time ever. God. All right. Tonight on my late stream.
Oh, you got to show up for that.
6:45, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Here on DSP Gaming and on K, I'll be playing Black Ops 6, the new season, whatever the new maps or whatever are, and I'll be testing those out. So I will let you guys know later on. Right now, they are charging via USB-C.
You just picked...
And of course, they just weren't that isolated. So I know people are going to say, what did you think? And okay, let's hope that they're good.
Okay.
Light-speed headphone. But in the U.S., they're about $220. And, hopefully they're good, and I'll let you know. Cool.
Great segment, King. You should probably clip that.
All right.
220, yeah, $220.
My last topic for today. And by the way, I have nothing else to shout out. No one else has contributed. Again, guys, the goal here today is to hit the goal for the first time in 2 days.
There was no more contributions. God damn it. No, boss man. Come on, boss man. That'll be fine. They'll pick up after that. That segment was too boring. You know that. Big ass pocket CD.
Get it by the end of this stream, and then we can do DSP tries at Little Caesars, 3 different kinds of things. Crazy bread, pretzel pizza, and deep dish Detroit style. Okay?
Okay. So anyways.
Okay? All right.
Later, Cobain.
If you don't care about the headphone jack, you can get the Pro X as the block. What's the difference?
Please don't give suggestions.
You're saying there's a Pro X and a Pro X2, and the difference with the Pro X2 is a headphone jack? Oh, I didn't know about that. On Amazon, I didn't see Pro X. I only saw Pro X2, so that's what I got. Okay.
Big ass World Profound says Grandpa's Snooze Fest Yakuza gets a pass, though. We're got to hear about this, okay? Well, let's see if he does bring that up. Because remember, they both got the same amount of money. So these little qualms with the South of Midnight, you could say, apply to Yakuza as well. But we'll see.
We have one more topic to talk about today, guys.
Or someone said on Twitter, I saw, Snooza.
I want to tell you about what happened yesterday in regards to me playing South of Midnight, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not happy about what happened. I want to discuss it because I want to know moving forward what to do with certain kinds of games.
Fake plastic birds real on Kick Chat says, tip cancellation technology.
I don't want to have to write certain games off, but at the same time, I feel like what happened yesterday was completely ridiculous. All right?
Nice.
So let's do it. Oh, by the way, Ian S. became a member. Yeah. That's a first member of the day. My hair, look at this now. My hair was fine. I put the headphones on, and now my hair is going to stick up and look stupid.
Yeah, that's definitely the problem.
Thank you, Ian, for the membership.
Thank you, Ian. Woo, Ian. Not that one. Not that one. Not that. Well, this one always works, but this one. No, not that. That one. Thank you, Ian.
That.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you for your contribution,
Now
Ian.
we're 31.
Now we're at 31. Let's keep
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Ian.
I received a $2 tip. Do you remember what I was doing on the day of 9/11? Yes. It was a day off from school and work. I was actually going to go out and spend it with my mom. Have a nice day out with my mom where we're going to go like shopping and eat and maybe see a movie. But sadly, because of 9/11 going on, you know, all the chaos in the United States, everything was closing. We still went to the mall to see my former boss. We actually went to the salad health food store that I used to work at. And we talked with him for like an hour about all the craziness going on. And then basically all the businesses shut down and everything in the area. So we kind of just went home and watched the news all day.
I've told this story before, but I was late for work and I woke up late and I called my place of work and said, I'm going to be, that was when I was working at daycare. Kind of that was it worked with my high school. Same one. I worked after high school too a little bit. And I said, yeah, I'm going to be a little late. And they said, oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I checked TV. And then they said that. My story is 100% true, Door. Second. Do not blame me. It is true. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Ian just gifted 5 memberships to the community. Thank you so much, Ian, for 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate that. So that's the equivalent of $15 of support. So we're currently up to
But it was still like early enough that I still had to go, though. No one knew like the extent at that time. But
$15 of support. So we're currently up to $48 of support.
As soon as I got there, they said go home, though. So that's how it went that day.
Thank you so much, Ian. So now we're about a third of the way to the goal. How about this, guys? By the end of the podcast, let's get to 100. That way we only got to get 50 more during Atom Fall, and we could do DSP tries. We can lock it in and finally do it. Let's do it. Okay?
Jericho, good point. So on 9/11, DSP was sad for 2 reasons. He couldn't go on a mommy date.
Cool.
Shiny Teeth says, never forget the biggest tragedy of 9/11, according to Phil, is airline food isn't as good anymore. That is correct. That is correct. I was also 2 years old.
My water, and then we're going to talk about this this South of Midnight issue. Okay?
This South of Midnight issue. I was also in 5th grade, correct. Silent Night, same age. Weird. Oh, 5th grade here too. Yes, I was 15 as well. 5th grade.
There we go.
Let's fill up. Let's make sure there's enough people in here.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Folks, we need to talk
about a clip.
The future of games and playthroughs on this channel. Because yesterday, I tried out a game that was on Game Pass, a game that we had actually seen many months ago, first advertised. I don't know.
Here's another troll super chat. Why don't you guys give your viewers a break after making so much money for your birthday? Why can't you just enjoy a full day as a thank you with no goals, which comes in a $4.99 super chat, which seems very dumb, but there you go.
Pass, a game that we had actually seen many months ago, first advertised. I don't know if it was either during the Game Awards or Summer Game Fest last year, whenever it was, okay? But it was a game that had an actual unique visual style and a game that kind of threw together elements from games of yesteryear. It's called South of Midnight. It came out on Game Pass yesterday. It came out a little bit earlier the week before for those who paid extra. And I'll be transparent with all of you here. I hate that practice. I don't like the idea that a game is going to be on Game Pass on Tuesday, but if you pay extra money, you can play it a few days early. And then what's the point of the Game Pass system, right? Like, the whole idea...
There's an incredible amount of point to the Game Pass system, even in that case, but okay.
It's supposed to be to have like a simultaneous release and everyone gets it the same time. Not, some elitist group that decided to pay a few bucks extra gets it early. Because
elitist group that can pay a little bit extra because they're not excited about the game and want to give the developers money.
Ultimately, then what happens is they give out the game codes to people who they want to promote their game for free, and the games are already out. you know, and people already know everything about them.
What?
So kind of the hype of playing the game on release day gets blown away. You know what I'm saying? And that's annoying.
Gets blown away.
Anyway, this game looked unique, at least to me, in the art style, because it's a stop motion animation style that really isn't. Like, you can play it without the stop motion, and then it looks just like a 60 frames per second game. But you could also have this stop motion effect where it looks like almost the characters are similar to the art style that I would say of the Spider-Verse movies, right? How they purposefully lowered the frame rate to make it look more artistic. So, I told everyone I was going to give this game a fair shake. I was going to play it on its release day via Game Pass, see what it was like, tell you my honest opinion, my honest thoughts, and judge based on that if it was a game that I wanted to keep in my rotation and actually do a full playthrough of, or if it would just be a one-try demo, and then we would move on. All right? And to be fair...
Not to alarm anyone, but we are at 0 right now in terms of support words.
Okay? That's exactly how I approached it. I did not allow myself to be influenced and have any preconceived notions about this game based on the online political sphere that goes around gaming today. I am well aware that in 2025, everything has to be politicized.
Online political sphere.
Everything has to be either left or right, conservative or liberal.
Any other words?
100% left pushing, 100% right pushing, to the point where everyone's always at each other's throats. And if you even hear an inkling of, oh my God, did you know that there's a trans character in our game? That all of a sudden the entire world has to go crazy, right? Did you hear that Sweet Baby Inc. had involvement with this game? Did you hear that there is a minority as the protagonist of this game?
Did you hear? Did you hear there was a minority as the protagonist of this game? Did you hear?
And immediately that has to be the entire discourse. Anytime that you have one of these things as a part of a game now, that literally makes the entire discourse up online. And what you start to hear is all those things becoming the center focus, and you don't hear anyone say, hey, what does the game play like? Hey, what are the game mechanics like? How are the controls? How's the music? What about the art design? Is the game fun to play? You hear none of that. None. It just like disappears. Like all those factors of if a game is good or bad just go right out the window. Okay? And I'm going to be honest, that pisses me off.
So again,
because me as a gamer, a 17-year YouTube...
You don't have to care, though. That's the thing. And it doesn't affect the game itself, actually, right? But, all right, let's let them keep going here.
YouTube veteran. When I play a game, it doesn't matter what the game is. I try to approach it with no preconceived notions at all. Even though I may know that there's all this discourse around it. For example, I played...
That's why we're pissed, is because it affects his money. That's the only reason we're affected. And Scoot Towalker, big ups to the same thing earlier. Listening to the disingenuous Pig Roach talk about issues he neither knows nor cares about is actually infuriating. It's always about money with him. Correct. And that's the only reason we're pissed about this. Oh, we got a troll member bomb. And it was 50 member bomb, and it says April 15th, 2025. That was the member bomb that Philip just got.
Dragon Age.
The name was April 15th, 2025.
What was it called? The Veilguard. Back in the fall. And I well knew that there was going to be...
Which is, just for those that might not know, is the tax deadline in America. That's why that person did that.
Be political discourse in the game because people had already talked about it, pulling a barf and all of that. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to attempt to play it at face value. And I think I played it, I want to say 12 to 15 hours. And I got so bored, I dropped it. I didn't drop it because of politics. I didn't drop it because it was too liberal. I dropped it because it was boring. Like, I was 15 hours in, and I didn't even know what I was even doing. I was like, why are we doing these missions? What's the point? Everything seems like busy work, side work, boring gameplay. Why are we playing this crap? That's why I dropped it. Recently, I played Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I'm well aware that a major focus of discourse around AC Shadows is that one of the protagonists is a female ninja, which isn't representative of the culture, and other protagonist is a black samurai.
I like
who
that idea.
Is not representative of the Japanese culture.
Okay, now I want to wait for this one too. Pigpen Lord of Dirt did earlier. He calls people racist for not liking a game with a black main character, but didn't he just get mad at Assassin's Creed boxing glove ad with of course it's a black guy? Yes, you are correct, Pigpen Lord of Dirt. So if you look, it doesn't take very long to see the hypocrisy shining here. But I do like that Theo theory that Greedo the Green just presented. Maybe Cat likes the game.
Black samurai, who certainly is not representative of the Japanese culture. And everyone was up in arms about that. But I played the game and I dropped it after 9 hours. Why? Because the game was boring. Not because of the political problems around it, but because the game at face value was not fun to play. So I said, I'm not going to continue to play it. That should be the basis on which we judge whether or not we're going to play video games. You know, take a look at The Last of Us 2, which I feel was almost the catalyst of all of this back in 2020. Okay? A game where it's revealed that Ellie is gay. It's revealed that there's another character that's almost like a very manly woman in Abby.
No! And manly women? This will not stand! I've had it! I'm tired of it! Too many manly women!
They decide to kill the strong male lead, Joel, off within the first couple of hours of the game as almost to piss you off if you liked him as a character in the first game. And all the discourse around that game was around that stuff. For me, I was able to play the game in full, and I was able to recognize the things about the game that were great, like the graphics and the gameplay elements, but I was also able to observe the things that were not so great, like the plot not only being almost misery porn at times, but also being one of the worst paced, worst written plots I'd ever experienced in a narrative-based video game. So I was able to actually observe factual issues with the game while everyone else was screaming politics, politics, politics. That wasn't my problem with it. Okay?
What was your problem?
So now let's fast forward back to today, or I should say yesterday. Okay?
Let's fast forward back. Tomian says, just a reminder, he doesn't let that kind of thing affect him. But remember AC Shadows and how much he hated it because of the public opinion. Correct? I kind of, Greedo the Green's theory is getting more palpable in my mind, or believable in my mind. Bull, bull, bull. I think Kat might like this. You want to shit on her favorite game. Andy Banu says, coming from a guy who only days ago interjected tariffs, politics into console pricing where it wasn't needed. Yes, this is all very weird coming from Philip, but I think he wants to make a big point that people are going to stop and clap for. So we'll see.
Fast forward back to today, or I should say yesterday, okay, with South of Midnight. All right? So I start playing this game, and immediately there's a few graphical issues. I can't decide if I want to leave the stop motion on or off or whatever. But once we get into it, right, what is South of Midnight? So it's a game based in the deep south of the United States, the Bayou, Louisiana country, basically. And it has that kind of southern cultural influence.
We're saying
the
it all again.
Is completely unique to that region of the country. The atmosphere, the design, you're basically in a swamp, on a river, a bayou, whatever you want to call it.
This takes place in Louisiana, by the way.
The gameplay. The gameplay is incredibly reminiscent of classic action platformers. Think Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank.
You already said this part.
Prince of Persia. If you were to take those three games and slap them together into one,
Prince of Persia.
That's probably the best way to describe the gameplay of South of Midnight. Okay? For some people, that might be amazing.
Yeah.
You might be like, whoa, wait, what? It's like a callback to those classic games? Absolutely it is. Every time you fight enemies, you're essentially in an enemy arena room, just like they used to do in those games. You're isolated to the room fighting groups of enemies in waves. Whenever you're platforming, you got jumping, double jumping, hovering, wall running, platforming, grabbing ledges, all the kind of stuff that you would have been used to from those old games. Okay? So,
Grazing Poor, I'm not able to show any pictures of this woman, but I know what you're saying. She has a six-pack. There you go.
That's awesome if you like the classic style, okay? The game has a beautiful art design. that's kind of a unique thing. It does kind of look like almost almost claymation animation, but it has its own unique style in the visuals. Okay? Mm-hmm. The plot, well, I'll be honest, 2.5 hours in, the plot is pretty silly, where the girl is chasing her house that's getting swept away in a flood. How does she expect to save the house or stop it from being washed away? I have no idea. But then she starts running into mythical creatures, getting powers and magic and stuff.
That's pretty silly.
It's a fantasy storyline. It's not to be taken seriously. You got to suspend your disbelief.
No.
But if you do that...
I thought the giant frogs were real.
Seems like you can enjoy the plot. And already, like, the first major dungeon area is basically a guy who got turned into a giant tree. And you got to figure out what exactly happened and then free him from being, like, petrified as a tree. So that's just a general idea of what the game is like early on. Now, admittedly, the protagonist is a little bit teen angsty and a little bit annoying, but I feel like that's the plot of the game, is that over the course of the game, she realizes,
teen angsty,
you know, why people are how they are, why her mom is how she is, and she starts to understand things better because she matures as
I mean, let's face it, there's women in this game, and you know how they are, right? A little annoying, but moving on.
Person, rather than just being an immature teen, and probably by the end of the game, I bet her attitude changes, and I think it's supposed to be like a story of personal growth along with this fantasy plot line, okay?
Yeah, black woman, that's true. That's a bad combination. You know how they get. Little annoying. We all can agree there. Okay, moving on.
I have criticisms of the game? Absolutely, I do. I actually feel that the platforming is too easy. Give you an example here. The game literally has wall running like Prince of Persia, but the wall running is infinite. As soon as you touch a wall, you can literally run an infinite amount of time on the wall and never lose momentum or height.
What about
in Prince
realism?
of Persia, there used to be momentum and height elements, and you had the time jumps. You don't have to do that in this game. You actually just infinitely wall run, which I think is kind of silly and too easy. The double jumping and the
you can't double jump in real life. What were they thinking?
You know, floating and all of that. Essentially is very simple as well. And there's not much punishment for missing a jump. You'll lose a tiny bit of health, but then just get warped back to shore. But then abnormally not adjusted to
Good question, Lauren.
is the combat. In the combat of the game, okay, it's very simple.
What number from the Incel Manifesto is the game protagonist?
Simplistic. You have a basic combo. You have a push ability, a pull ability, and kind of a stun ability. And later on, you get more like a ground slam and stuff like that. Every single enemy seems to have super armor. So whenever you're trying to do a combo, you can never complete a combo because the enemies just attack right through it, meaning it's very unsatisfying. You want to complete that combo you're doing, and you never can. You always have to dodge, interrupt what you're doing so you don't take a hit.
It's like edging.
That's another criticism I have of the game, of the combat. There's no block. It's just dodging. And I don't like pure dodging gameplay. I like being able to block or parry, and this game doesn't have that, at least early on. And then lastly, all the enemies hit you for an incredible amount of health. If an enemy hits you, you lose like a third or more of your health bar. So if you're attacking 3 or more enemies at once, if one gets behind you, you just die. The other silly thing about it is, even though the combat is kind of annoying and challenging, if you just lose, it just starts the arena over anyway. So it's not like there's any risk reward. If you just die, you have to start over. So are there things about the game that are valid criticisms? Yes.
Yes.
For sure. But in general, the enjoyment of the game comes from exploring the world, from enjoying the visuals, the music, the atmosphere, and the story. I would argue that kind of some of the platforming and the combat particularly are in there to say it's a game, and they easily could have not even been in there, but then people would have complained that there's not enough gameplay elements. So,
the game could have taken out the gameplay elements if they wanted, but if they did that, people would have said it wasn't a game. Okay, that's a hot take.
What I was doing yesterday.
Yeah, go ahead. Please.
All right. I was enjoying the game. Really. And if you say, well, was the game woke? No, not at all. Some people just don't understand what woke means. Was the game trying to shove social issues, stereotypes, political values, cultural things down your throat? No, not at all. It's literally the story of a girl and her mother who don't really get along. The house gets swept away. The girl goes into the woods, starts getting powers, And then that's it. Like, there's nothing at all woke about the game in the first 2.5 hours. Now, maybe later on there is. But for the part that I was playing,
good point.
There was absolutely nothing whatsoever woke about the game. Zero. So anyone who says that is a fucking liar.
Ooh.
I don't actually care what your take is, because your take is fucking wrong. The game's not woke in the first 2 to 3 hours. You're just lying. You want it to be woke so you can join an online hate mob in crapping on this game, but there's nothing woke. Just because the protagonist is black doesn't make the game woke, you incredible fucking racists. Okay?
There we go. Who are we attacking with this one? Are we trying to go back at Keto Casino in this, or Stuttering Craig maybe? I don't know. I don't know who we're going for. Boat Knight makes a good point, though. Did you tip Phil during this game? No? Then you're a racist. Yeah, as simple as that, guys. It makes sense. Keel says, no time for God of War. Have to listen to Tears of Bore. Big ups.
Doesn't make the game woke, you incredible fucking racists.
Yeah.
Okay? Sorry, but I have to say it. All right?
So, again, we are talking to your own audience here, Philip. You forgot about that because you're the one that said no one in your audience watched it because they're all racist. So now we're calling our entire audience racist because they didn't like the game and give you enough money for it.
Really? I'm not going to put up with this bullshit.
Okay.
Just because it involves a certain culture doesn't make it woke. You don't even know what woke fucking means.
Do you,
if that's
Philip?
what you think. You're a moron.
Because I know I don't.
You bastardized the term for your own racist purposes.
I'm happy. I'm very comfortable saying I don't know what it means myself, but Philip seemed to have a very defined meaning of it, and I'd love to hear him explain it. Big Up Scrivener says he's opening the door for his racist past again. We're getting closer.
And I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to let anyone tell me that this game is woke at the beginning. It's not. All right? You're wrong. You're just fucking factually wrong. Deal with it.
Now what?
Okay? So as I'm playing this game yesterday, okay?
This means a lot. Yes, Greedo.
I'm trying to enjoy it at face value.
Big ups, man.
I'm just trying to factually describe what I'm seeing in the game.
Please.
Give you my opinions about the gameplay elements.
Yes, go ahead.
The art, the music, and everything. And I'm actually enjoying quite a lot about the game. I'm liking the music, right? I'm liking the art design.
I'm not noticing any woke music, no woke art design.
Story's kind of out there, but I'm like, if you suspend your disbelief,
story's crazy, but not yet woke. Anything else?
Maybe the story will actually get good. In reality, the only real complaint I had is the combat wasn't very satisfying. But maybe the combat would get better the more you level up later in the game. I don't know, okay? So as I'm playing the game, here's what happens.
Uh-oh.
We go from 300 to 400 viewers, all right, to down to only less than 200 viewers, and that's combined between YouTube and Kit. And when I'm asking people, well, what's the problem? Oh, this game is woke. Why are you playing it? This game is so woke. Sweet Baby Inc. Look, it's a black female protagonist. How woke?
So that means like 2 people at most said that, by the way. Unless Kick Chat was letting them have it, because doing what they do, but okay.
And I'm seeing these incredibly unintelligent people in my chat say this dumb shit. And I'm just thinking, what has happened to human intelligence? Really? Why is it that you are so, if you're one of these people who joins these hate mobs, all right, what is it that you just want to be told what to think and do rather than have an independent thought in your head? Is life really that difficult that you just need to be led around like a sheep? Like there's the herder is leading you. Follow me. The Pied Piper plays the pipe and you just got to believe everything you're told. What is wrong with you?
Was this the case when Yakuza didn't get the same amount of support? When Yakuza didn't hit the goal? Was the people following the Pied Piper and not supporting games based in Japan? Or
because I'm not even kidding. Right now, people in chat are saying shit like, well, what about this game developer of the game who went on X and said white male gamers were a mistake? Was that in the game? Was I playing the game and all of a sudden on a big billboard in the game, it pops up and it said, white male gamers are a mistake. Did that happen when I was playing South of Midnight yesterday? Well, if it didn't happen, then what the fuck are you talking about? If it's not in the game, it's not part of the game. You need to stop being influenced by people online and stop getting rabble-roused by people who tell you how to think and act.
Thanks, Grandpa. Stop getting rabble-roused, you ruffians.
I don't give two fucks what anyone who made the game said on X. What I care about is if the game is good. That's it. That's the only concern I have right now as I'm playing a video game. Is this game good? If it's good, I judge it on its own merits. If it's bad, I also judge it on those merits. But I don't give a fuck about all the white noise all throughout the social media sphere of the internet that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved and this guy said this on X. I don't give a fuck. You want to know why? Because I have a brain between these two fucking fingers that I'm pointing right now that can think for itself and judge for itself. I don't need to be told what to think or do. I don't need to have an uproar about something before I do anything with it. I can judge something by its own merits because I have intelligence. I recommend that you all focus on what's in here rather than what's out there. You're going to get a much better experience out of life when you stop letting all of those big people screaming on the internet on their soapboxes tell you how to think and act. Okay? So, personally, I didn't dislike South of Midnight. There were things about it that I criticized that I thought could have been better. But overall,
Craig coming is very apropos.
It felt like a throwback action platformer. It had unique art design. I liked the music, and the plot was getting interesting. But as I'm playing the game, my chats on both YouTube and Kick are telling me this game is bad, this game is woke, this game is DEI slop. Why are you playing it? Stop. And then they would yell at me, and then they would leave. I'm not kidding you. As I started playing the game, again, we lost 200 viewers, and I received 1 super chat and 1 tip.
So that's the real problem, huh?
Everyone else.
So that's the real problem, huh?
Had contributed during the podcast, and everyone else said, I'm not supporting this game. It wasn't, I'm not supporting Phil. People support Phil. Because guess what? Phil just had a birthday that was one of the highest grossing events I've ever done.
Remember the days? Those were the days.
The week before, I had an amazing stream. I've been hitting my goals left, right, up, and down.
Okay.
It's not that people don't like me. It's that people had actual prejudice installed against this game. And when I was trying to tell you during the stream to ignore the white noise and let's judge the game on its own merits, you want to know what in general my audience told me? No, we're not willing to do that. We'd much rather just be a mob, an angry group of people on the internet screaming at the game because we were told to. That is one of the worst mentalities you can have in life. And you're going to find yourself getting not only into trouble, you're going to find yourself completely being shut off to lines of inquiry, lines of enjoyment, and just in general, intelligent lines of thought if you just let people lead you the fuck around forever.
Yelling at your audience and telling them how they're stupid they are is a very interesting choice.
Do you understand that?
Yes. Not that they care. If they cared about anything, they wouldn't be there. But all right, good idea. Let's yell at them.
I hope you understand that. I guess not. Because a lot of people, I guess, don't get that. All right? But I'm telling you.
Again, another way to avoid all this nonsense is to just play whatever the fuck you want, right? And there's people, I promise, on Twitch right now making thousands of dollars playing fucking South of Midnight. Because people actually do like them, and they're interesting.
Right now, you have to stop. If we were playing this game...
Stop it.
Within the
Get help.
First few minutes, already, it's over the top. Oh, all the white people in town are bad. And all the black people are good. And it's one of these racial diatribes about how the white man is awful to black people in America, and it's a big racist thing. I would have called it out. Didn't you see how I called out the Life is Strange 2 which literally that was the problem with the game, is that the game was so lopsidedly bad toward that stuff that it was just over the top crazy shit. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why on earth are we saying this about our country, that everyone in America is like racist and shit? Like, that drove me nuts.
What?
In that game. This game, literally, that's not it at all. You know what I'm saying?
But yet, we're saying your whole audience is too racist to like this game. So, bit confused here.
It's nothing to do with that. And again, you can argue, well, maybe there's some people who worked on the game who you don't like for personal reasons. Maybe they went on X, they said nasty stuff. I'm playing the game and judging it for what the game is. All right? This is the equivalent, no exaggeration. This is the equivalent of people who don't like J.K. Rowling because J.K. Rowling says certain things about trans people. So because you don't like what J.K. Rowling says about trans people, you go and you protest the Hogwarts Legacy game.
Yes.
You shouldn't play it. Cancel the game. It's absolutely awful. Now, if you actually play the game, you would know that the people who make the game don't even agree with the things that J.K. Rowling said about trans people.
Yes.
And actually, there's a trans character in the game who's one of the major characters of the game that's a positive character, portrayed in a very positive way. It's
I wouldn't call that a major character.
not shoved down your throat. It's actually done in a tasteful way. But the people who protested that game were so dumb, they didn't play the game. So they wouldn't even know that because they were so up their own ass, anti-J.K. Rowling, big angry mob on the internet, that all they wanted to do was crap on the game without actually knowing what it was.
But that game made a fuck ton of money and continues to do so. So it didn't seem to stop that game from being a huge success that people enjoyed.
All right.
Even in his own fucking chat.
This case right here with South of Midnight is completely the flip side of the situation.
Oh, God.
Where instead of people being angry at J.K. Rowling saying things that could be considered conservative and anti-trans, they're angry that people online who made the game, I guess, said liberal things, anti-conservative things on X and shit. So now this game is bad. You're doing the same thing. Don't you get it? If you can tell me you don't like South of Midnight.
There we go.
Because the gameplay sucks. Because you don't like the graphics. The music annoys you, or there's a gameplay element that's annoying. The plot is poorly written. Stuff like that. I would say, fair enough. At least you gave it a shot. At least you judged for its own merits. Okay? But people just aren't doing this anymore. And this is actually pissing me off. Because how can I play games and cover them for you if every game that I play now, apparently I'm supposed to do endless research about the people who made it and what they said on social media and what consultation companies were hired to make the game?
Consultation
I don't give a fuck if Sweet Baby Inc. was employed to make this game or not. All I care about is if the game is good. All right? From the 2.5 hours.
So again, all this is cool, man, but why don't you just keep playing it then? Why don't we just keep playing it? We could always just keep playing it then if we want to prove everyone wrong, but instead we're going to be a bitch about it and then quit playing it. So
that I played yesterday of South of Midnight, overall, I enjoyed my time with the game.
Okay.
I enjoyed the more throwback aspect of the gameplay. I thought the music was quite entertaining and was good. And I thought that the plot was actually getting more interesting. The problem was, by the end of the stream, I couldn't even focus on the game anymore because my entire audience left me. They just...
Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
You have done that yourself.
Good streamers can play whatever fucking game they want and people will stay around. Actually, sometimes people play bad games on purpose. You know what I mean? But all right, definitely.
Nonstop complained in both chats about the entire audience left me. They just nonstop
entire audience left.
Complained in both chats about the game being too woke, which isn't even true. And then they refused to support the stream, telling me I'm not going to support this game. Not even, oh, well, Phil, I don't support you. It's, you're fine, but we don't like this game. Play something else. Do you see the problem here? Do you get
I
it?
don't. No, I don't. I do not get it, actually. Here we go. This is my kick name. Entire
So
audience.
here's the deal. I have to do something that makes sense for me and my audience and my business. All right? I'm going to do an analogy, and everyone's going to laugh because I always do food analogies, but they were. Okay? Let's say I opened a sandwich shop.
Yes! Woo! Yeah! We got there, boys. Sandwich shop. Hell yeah! This is the payoff. Let's go. Come on. Start it again. Look at his face. You want an analogy? Well, you got one. Looking for an analogy, dumb fucks? Got one for you. Here we go. Come on.
I always do food analogies, but they were. Okay? Let's say I opened a sandwich shop.
Go ahead, yes.
And typically I did Philly cheesesteaks and chicken bacon ranch sandwiches. Those are the two that were like big, that always got people to come in and buy the sandwiches. They were the best sellers. And let's say I said, you know what? I'm going to try a new sandwich. It's going to be a Southern shrimp po' boy sandwich. I've never really done stuff like this before, but we're going to test it out. All right? So
Southern po' boy. We got a shrimp po' boy, boys. Big ups, Green of the Grain. Thank you so much, sir. Dude only played the game for 2 hours, so by his own smooth brain logic, he shouldn't have an opinion. You should still give me money, not because the game is good, but because you like me. Here's $50 for the pizza party. Hell yeah! Po' boys! Po' boys for all. Big ups, Green of the Grain. Let's go.
I've really done stuff like this before, but we're going to test shrimp po' what?
Hold on, I got to hear that
I'm
part
going to
again.
try a new sandwich. It's going to be a Southern shrimp po' boy sandwich. I've never really done stuff like this before, but we're going to test it out. All right? So we start selling the Southern po' boy sandwich. Now, particularly, that sandwich isn't poorly made. It's not bad ingredients or anything like that. It's just for whatever reason, the customer base doesn't want the po' boy sandwich. They prefer the Philly cheesesteak and the chicken bacon ranch, which continue to sell well. But the po' boy just doesn't get over with the audience at all. They don't
Why
like
not, Philip? Why not?
it. All right?
How about the customers that aren't buying the po' boy? Why aren't they buying it? That's a very important part of this analogy, Philip. We're not leaving that out, right?
Should I keep making the po' boy sandwich anyway? Should I just say,
Just
even though
forgot
it's
it.
not making any money and everyone's complaining they don't want it, all they want is the Philly cheesesteak and the chicken, should I continue to put time and money invested into this chicken or this shrimp po' boy that no one's buying?
He added nothing to the metaphor. Wow.
Should I say, all right, I tried it.
Zero
it
relevance.
Didn't work. It's not for my customer base. It is what it is. Move on. That's the mentality that in the last 6 to 8 months I've now tried to adopt. All right.
What?
And
what are we doing here? There's no relevance to the game at all. He just went from talking about the game that's too woke for his audience to now talking about just general gaming. So what was the point of bringing it up then? All right. Thanks for the sandwich shop analogy, though.
Hope that you understand where I'm coming from.
Oh, definitely.
Because people now are giving me shit, saying, how dare you drop so-and-so game? Whether it's you didn't play Metaphor, you dropped Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, you dropped Stalker 2.
Who cares?
You're not even going to give South of Midnight more than one stream. This and this and this, all right? In business.
Definitely.
Okay?
Oh, God, here we go.
Would you continue to do something that's not working? Why wouldn't you say, listen, okay, I tried something. It was worth a shot. Sometimes when you try new things, they work. Sometimes they don't. If they don't work, then you acknowledge that and you move on to doing things that do work, or you try something else different. Correct? So if yesterday I tried South of Midnight, particularly I didn't dislike it and I was curious to do another stream, but if the entirety of my audience is telling me the game's not good, it's too woke and we don't enjoy it, right? That's what they're saying. Even if it's not.
People in Kick Chat say, I can clearly see that Phil has a business degree. This is Business 101. And Pigpen Lord of Dirt, thank you for a great addition to this. His dented po' boy analogy is missing the idea that if you got your shrimp from a company that is infamous for bad shrimp, no one will want to buy it. But that's like you took that to level 20, that analogy. He had to keep it on level 1, Pigpen. You know what I'm saying, for his audience. So your analogy makes sense. Phillips, unfortunately, left out a lot. And Nick says, Phil's sandwich shop sells air, hot, and dead air pickups. Tony Hugecock, my name in college, has an idea. Wants to water down Philip's Wheaties with something. I'm not sure if that must be a new take on the milk thing, I think. And Mr. Extravagant says he's defending South of Midnight 100 times harder than he defended Cat. Correct.
Even factually true. Right? Let's say that. Let's say factually.
Oh, factually.
The game
finally
actually isn't bad, but people just saying they don't like it, it doesn't even really matter, does it? What matters is, am I putting out something, a product for my audience that they want? Yesterday, through your actions of tuning out of the stream, disengaging from the content, telling me that the content was bad because the game was too woke, and not supporting the stream, those actions told me, you don't want this product anymore, move on and do other things. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So if you now come back at me and say, hey, Phil, why do you drop all games? Why are you a quitter? Why are you not finishing games anymore and I'm upset with you? I have to be very honest and upfront with you, all right? Because when you are doing something that your customers don't want, you stop doing it. Maybe you're one of the few customers who did like the Shrimp Po' Boy, and you're upset that I'm not going to continue to make it.
Yeah.
But if I only sold 5 Shrimp Po' Boys, but I'm selling 500 each of the Philly cheesesteak and the chicken bacon ranch, I have to do what people want to keep afloat. Right now, I'm being pulled in a million directions. People want me to finish ongoing playthroughs while I start up new games. They want me to play indie games, AAA games, middle-of-the-road games. They want me to do other stuff, like wrestling commentary. They want me to bring back my throwback nights that I haven't done now since last year. They want me to build the new Piranha Plant Lego. I'm being pulled in a million directions. I have to do with my time as people are going to see fit when it comes to what they feel is valid for their viewership, their time, and their support. Why on earth, if I'm being asked to do a million things, why would I do things that no one wants me to do?
So you're going to quit Yakuza then too, right? Silas Sama has another Phil Sandwich Shop analogy I want to shout out here. No chicken parm today because more than 1, but less than 4 were ordered yesterday. I know the store says we open at 9, but we don't serve food until 12. Also, tips are mandatory. Yeah, this is from one day of selling a new item, right? Maybe it takes a little bit for the community to pick up on these shrimp po' boys, Philip. But, all right. And also, there's many places around the country that are selling the same shrimp po' boys to a very happy audience because those chefs can make any item tasty. I can do a sandwich shop analogy too.
Even if I want to do them. Because that's the other thing that a lot of people don't understand. Well, Phil, doesn't that mean you don't have passion for games? No, that's not true at all. What I'm doing right now, this segment during the podcast, is showing you that I have passion for what I do. Because if I didn't, I would just have been like, well, it didn't work. That's it. Moving on. And I wouldn't have ever mentioned it ever again. We would have never had this segment, and I never would have had to justify my feelings about what happened yesterday.
No, you didn't have to do that.
I would have just blown it off and not given a shit.
Oh, so that shows you do have a passion. Okay. This shows that you do have a passion. Got it.
I want you to understand that I have passion for what I do, and it disappoints me that I'm seeing increasingly people being influenced by online mobs and not even giving games a fair shake, because the case is this may happen more and more and more in the future. Online mentalities of politics and culture are becoming bigger things, right? I can't tell you how many times something's not out yet, a movie, a TV show, a game, a piece of music, and all you hear about is the controversy behind it, this and that.
Me too.
But it's not out yet. How can you even judge it yet? It's not out yet.
So why do you care?
And this influences how that thing is received.
Who
That's
cares?
ridiculous.
Prove them wrong then.
And now it's affecting me in my streams.
Okay. Yeah, similar to how you judged Assassin's Creed before it was released. Remember that? Remember we watched the trailer of South of Midnight? You remember that?
It is. Like, it just doesn't make sense. But that's what
Oh, yeah, Theo, great fucking point there, too. 2XKO fighting games suck. A lot of people are saying it. So I don't want to play that. A lot of people are saying it sucks. Fuck them.
I need to start doing, I guess. Like, do I have to literally judge every single game that I play? Am I supposed to be doing all this research ahead of time? Was there social discourse behind it? Did someone make a mean tweet that pissed people off that was involved in the development of this game? Who the fuck cares? And the truth is, no one should. People should stop being such crazy drama queen sissies about this shit.
Definitely.
And if you don't care about a game, don't play it. Or if you want to see someone's opinion on a game, watch them play it before you buy it. But if you're joining online hate mobs before you've even seen a piece of anything from a game or a movie or a show, you are completely missing the point of what it is to be an independent, intelligent human. Yesterday really upset me. If you can't tell, that's why I'm talking about this at
because you
length.
didn't hit the goals in both streams, and now the sky is falling, as Scoot Towalker says here. Everything is, the sky is falling when we don't hit 2 goals in a row. And like Logan K is saying too, the analogy doesn't work because on his birthday he made over $2,000 selling sandwiches, not even, selling the history of him selling sandwiches to 5 different people, right? But we're leaving that part out. We're leaving that part out.
On today's podcast, I want people to be open-minded when they come to my streams and understand that we're going to judge together if a game is good on its own merits.
Okay.
Not what they told you or this issue or that. Just, is the game good? I did the same exact thing with Hogwarts Legacy. Do you remember?
And you're going to do the same thing with The Last of Us 2, though, right? You're going to do that. You're not going to let other people's opinions of The Last of Us 2 choose, construct your thoughts of The Last of Us 2, right?
That I really liked the first half of the game, and I actually disliked the second half of the game, and I told you that. So I want the ability to do that. But then you have to give me the benefit of the doubt. You have to believe me when I tell you a game isn't woke or isn't slop just because someone else told you that. We're fucking playing it together right now. Can you please open your eyes and start watching and listening and understanding for yourself rather than just hearing the hate moms? Because if not, life's going to get pretty fucked really soon.
Yeah, definitely.
We can't even play anything because everything is hated by everyone on the internet. There's a reason that everything sucks. That's an awful toxic mentality to go through life about, I defended Hogwarts.
I think that works.
Toxic mentality on the internet. There's a reason that everything sucks. That's an awful toxic mentality to go through life about.
Definitely. Nailed it. That's an awful toxic mentality to go through life about. All right, go ahead.
Did Hogwarts Legacy when it came out.
Yeah, I need to get that sound clip, actually, Magic Short Bus. Shut the fuck up! I gotta get that. Oh, by the way, there is new additions to the temple, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to get there today. But there's always tomorrow, don't worry.
And I'm going to defend a game like South of Midnight when people act like that when it comes out, because I'm just being honest about what I'm seeing. And I hope that you understand where I'm coming from. All right? I'm not here to be anyone's dad. I'm not here to be your idol or guru of gaming. I just want people to stop.
So
with this
you can change everyone's thinking right here by continuing to play this game and prove everyone wrong.
Toxicity all around life.
But we're going to drop it anyway, so very cool.
I just don't get it.
How about the night stream? Yes.
Why does everyone have to be so hateful towards everyone now? And that, by the way, that goes both ways.
Ooh.
If there was a game developer of South of Midnight who went on X and said something stupid and racist against white people, then they should be called out too. But again, that doesn't completely spoil the end product. It just means that that person is kind of an asshole, right? And by the way, there's a lot of assholes in life, and if you think you're ever going to disassociate yourself entirely from things assholes are associated with, you're going to be living in a cave by yourself for the rest of your life because there's a lot of assholes out there.
That's what you do. Boat Knight says, this proves his passion is for money, not games. And that's wild to say, this proves I have a passion for games? What? That's just like saying random words. This proves I have passion, you dumb fox.
But yeah, I don't even know what to do moving forward when it comes to these kind of games now. So just because a game has some kind of a social thing going on online or an issue, I guess I just got to skip it. Just stay the fuck away from it.
So this is okay. So you just choose to let hate mobs choose what games you play then. Okay, very cool.
Forbid that I play it. Everyone will just complain one way or the other, and I can't win. Even if I like the game.
So just let
right?
What?
I'm not allowed to, I guess. Right? How dare Phil like or dislike something that doesn't agree with the online hate mob?
Okay.
I don't know what to say. You know? And it's disappointing. It is. For people to actually say, well, Phil, it's not you, it's the game. So we're actually going to tune out, and we're going to come back later when you're not playing that particular...
Hutch Empty Real Sad says, I'm glad you're learning, Phil. It's better to be a sheep. Good point. Hutch Empty Real Sad.
Game that we all have an online hate boner against.
Yes. Just be a sheep, Philip. Don't stand up for anything.
I used to be able to play whatever. Even if it was a game you liked, you hated, or somewhere in between, people wanted to see Darkside Phil play to get the true, honest opinion on. Now it's just like, people just don't want to tune in at all. Like people even said, right? Even how people said,
good point, Nick. Can we get Canadian Kirk's take on this? Hello? Ooh, Stun Locked by Johnny Silverhand says, tell us again why you hate Neil Druckmann. Stun Locked him. Legend comment, Johnny Silverhand. You set him into loading screens mentally. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this.
To get the true, honest opinion on. Now it's just like, people just don't want to tune in at all.
Ready?
Like people even said.
He saw it. He saw it there.
Right? Even how people said.
Hold on. Hang on. Hang on. Wait.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by a moron over on Kick that I had.
You got that right, bitch. Johnny, you're a legend. Johnny, you are king. Yeah, you definitely got distracted there, didn't you?
I'm sorry, I got distracted by a moron over on Kick that I had to get rid of.
What a king.
Anyway, I'm not going to play it anymore because I'm not going to put up with it. And I'm not going to be, like I said, I have to make judgments based off of what people are going to show up for and care about. I can't play this game. Like, I'm literally not allowed to. And the truth is, I wasn't in love with the game either. But certainly, this would have been a game that I would have at least given a second shot to, done a second stream.
Why don't you do that?
But if the first stream is a miserable failure, right? Less than 200 viewers, everyone complaining they don't like the game, and me getting like $10 out of it, I'm not going to play it anymore. I'm going to do other things.
Okay.
And I hope you understand. I have to do the right thing. And sadly, that's the right thing in the modern day is since I have the ability to jump between games, I can afford to play whatever game I want. I'm not limited to only one platform anymore. I can only...
Clearly, you cannot afford to play whatever you want. You are telling us now you clearly cannot afford to play whatever you want. That is the entire crux of this argument, Philip.
Can afford to play whatever. That's the right thing in the modern day is since I have the ability to jump between games, I can afford to play whatever game I want. I'm not limited to only one platform anymore. I can only buy a console game. I can only get a game when I have the money.
I see. He means he can buy whatever game he wants. It doesn't mean he can't. Okay, I got you. Excuse me.
For it this week. That's not the case anymore, right? Okay. So I have to do the right things, and I have to play the stuff that people are going to be here for.
Okay.
Okay? Fair enough. I hope that makes sense.
It doesn't.
If you disagree,
thank you, though. Disagree.
Well, I don't know what else I could do to change it besides say, well, then you should have been here for the stream. You know, you should have been here. I can't dedicate 10 streams to a game that everyone is hating on. It just doesn't work. I have to adjust on the fly. I do have to be more flexible when it comes to these things moving forward. And this is something very different than the old DSP who would play every game to completion because he couldn't afford to buy games. Now, we're going to be doing these adjustments based on how stuff goes.
Okay.
So understand that. If there's a game that you particularly like, show up, engage with it, and support it. If there's a game you don't like, I get it, skip it. But then don't complain after the fact that you don't like the fact that I'm continuously playing a game or not playing a game. It really is a back and forth thing, you know? So there you have it. Listen, trust me, there's tons of games I would have loved to play that I didn't play, like Metaphor and stuff like that. I just couldn't get my audience to enjoy it. Okay. On the flip side, we just had a marvelous playthrough of Suikoden 1, where
that one person tipped $100 every time to make sure you hit the goal. So I don't think that's the best example here, but I know we're going to use it there so we can pretend that everyone likes Suikoden, but that's not true because one person gave $100 every time. That's how it works when you need to be supported by whales to keep afloat.
Had a marvelous playthrough of Suikoden 1, where it was supported very well and people were here engaging and loving the playthrough every time we played it. So it's not even like a particular kind of game. It just seems that certain games have that audience and support and others don't. Okay? So, yeah. If anything, the only thing I can end this with, because then we got to do shout-outs and end the show, please try to have more of an open mind.
Okay.
And do yourself a favor. Don't do me a favor. All right?
Oh, nice.
Do yourself a favor.
Ah.
Think for yourself. Don't just jump on online mobs and hate mentalities. There's very good reasons why you might look at South of Midnight and be like, this game is not good and it's not for me.
Yep.
But none of the things that I were seeing said in my chat actually were truthful. And the fact that people tuned out from that playthrough because of lies, because of drama, because of online rabble-rousing bullshit, that pisses me off. Because it's just going to be a matter of time when you end up getting a game that actually is really good. Maybe that's not South of Midnight, but what if the next big game, again, gets caught up in all this drama bullshit? Now we can't just play it. Now I got to pussyfoot around it. Now we got to, we got to deal with this.
You are choosing to do that. Can we stop?
And just think instead of act. All this emotion. Everyone's so, my emotions. Oh, I got so offended by emotions. Oh. Calm the fuck down. Take a step back. Relax for once in life. Just think of it this way.
Relax?
If really the most insensitive thing, like the thing that's really pissing you off today.
Insensitive?
Is because a video game is woke and has Sweet Baby Inc. in it. Maybe you should actually look at your life and be like, I'm blessed to know that the thing that affects me negatively the most today is that.
I don't think that's the thing that affects people negatively the most. It's just one thing that affects them, so they talk about it on fucking Twitter. You know what I mean? I mean, what?
Because your life could be way worse. You could have a debilitating disease.
Who's the one letting all this affect them the most? The people online that say they hate it or whatever on Twitter, or the people that are changing their entire streaming schedule because you didn't get enough money playing the game? Who's letting it affect them more here? Interesting.
You could be poor or unemployed. You could be dying and starving, right? You could be in the middle of a war zone where there's a civil war going on and everything around you is getting shot down and blown the fuck up.
Yeah, definitely.
But if your most concerning issue is that Sweet Baby Inc. was involved with South of Midnight, and that one of the game developers made a negative, insensitive tweet, then maybe you should try to get stuff in perspective for yourself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And if someone else happens to like the game, maybe you should let them. Instead of just crapping on their parade and telling them how wrong they are for liking a woke game. God fucking forbid that someone have an independent thought in their brains.
Live meme in progress.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Not too bad. Not the best, but it works.
All right, let's do some shout-outs.
It's better if I had a clip of it, honestly, but I need to get the audio. I know. Yeah, that's a good point.
I got a $5 super chat from a troll, literally saying that I should just operate my business with absolutely no goals and no trying to raise any funds or be profitable because I had a really good birthday. All right. Sounds great. That sounds amazing because, you know, again, like any other business, when you have a really good day of business.
By the way, Jerry Springer is probably, what, 20 years older than DSP at this picture's point?
That sounds amazing because, you know, again, like any other business, when you have a really good day.
I mean, at the video's point, I know he's dead now, unfortunately. But at that time, I'm saying, I know he is dead now.
Sounds great. That sounds amazing because, you know, again, like any other business, when you have a really good day of business, you make sure that you don't ever have to do good business ever again. That one good day you had is so good, you could just, from then on, not worry about anything, right? That's how it works. When that sandwich shop had the really good day of selling the Philly cheesesteak and the chicken bacon ranch, for the rest of the week, they said, fuck it. You don't have to do anything. We're not even going to, we'll just have the doors open. People come in, fuck you. We're not even going to serve you. We don't need money. Fuck off. We had a good day on Sunday. You're just
no, that's different because the sandwich shop doesn't beg you for money relentlessly and have multiple unhinged crash outs because you didn't hit the goal of selling sandwiches for 2, I don't know, what's the word there? You can't say streams in a sandwich shop. Sales windows, right? That's the difference.
Genius. Anyway, it's Simply Eddie did a $2 super chat. He says, wait, does this mean you won't try out Expedition 33? No, Expedition 33, again, I'm not paying attention to online hate mobs and shit. From what I've seen, it's a combination of Final Fantasy X with Lost Odyssey. It looks good.
So you're going to play it then, right?
Again, God forbid there's online drama with that game. I haven't heard about it yet, but if there is, this is going to be another situation where I play it and I'm loving it, but everyone tells me that game's woke. Why are you playing it?
So
or on
what
the flip
was
side,
this
that
all
game
about then?
Is, you know, ultra conservative. Why are you playing it? Right? It's another Hogwarts Legacy situation.
So are we playing it or not?
I just don't want to have these situations. I'm tired of them.
So we're not playing it.
I just want to play games.
So we are playing it?
You understand? I just want to play games.
So we're not playing it.
I can't. I'm not allowed to anymore, I guess.
So we're not playing it.
I have to play this online bullshit game with sissies, and I'm tired of it.
That game you have to play, but what about the Expedition 33 he asked about? Okay.
And yes, in truth, I'm hungry, which is why I keep making food analogies. That's why I want to eat Little Caesars today. Let's see. Someone took me $2 that says that I'm woke. If you think I'm woke, you may actually be like mentally handicapped.
Okay.
You must have had to ignore everything that I said over the years about everything. I am like so not of that mentality at all, right? But the thing is, I'm also not ultra conservative or anything. I just don't put up with this bullshit. Any of these people with their nonsensical pushing to the left or pushing to the right, self-serving, grifting mentalities. You know? You're out of your mind if you actually think that. Maybe you're just stupid.
I think this person was talking about this, though. One chorus, please.
But are we excited now? What was the big deal about that? No, I'm
Come
proud
on.
to be how I am. I've been one of the most open people when this is, I don't care about your sexual preference, your gender preference. There should be homosexual marriages. I believe that should happen. Oh, it's homosexual marriages. What should I say? Same-sex marriages? All right.
Same-sex marriages?
It's 2022. It's time to fucking wake up. Oh my God, Phil's woke. I'm gay.
I'm gay.
We're
totally gay. Okay. I won't wait till my favorite line about the 10 dicks this time.
Okay. Beaver Bother tipped $1.50 says, because we didn't like the game, we have to get scolded.
Yes.
Well, if you didn't like
Yes, that's the whole point of this. Yes.
the game, all right.
That's the whole point of this. Here we go.
And you just said, okay, I don't like it. I will not tune into that stream and I'll come back when Phil plays a game I like. Then that's not what that whole section was just about. But if you were someone who came by the stream yesterday and literally screamed in my chat for 2.5 hours, this game is woke and it sucks, and literally said, we're not going to support this stream because we don't like this game. Not because we don't like Phil, but it's because we don't like this game because it's woke. That's who I was just screaming at. And yes, you deserve it.
Okay. So, you know, what's a good way to get people online to stop doing something is telling them what you don't want them to do extremely specifically. That's the best way to stop people online from doing things you don't want them to do. It's really cool. Good strategy here.
In fact, you should get much worse.
Good strategy. Nailed it.
Okay. All right, folks. Well,
Golden Toad YouTube says, isn't a Little Caesars pizza like $7? Why don't you just get one if your wife really doesn't feel like cooking? With all those good snack pizzas in the freezer, Golden Toad YouTube?
well, that's what I've got for today.
Oh!
It's hot in here. The sun is out. It's beating on my office wall. It's getting really warm in here.
It's getting
So I might have
warm
to,
in
like,
here. So take off all your clothes. I
everything
have
up, like the fans and everything. I was actually saying this to my
Oh.
wife this morning. I said,
Please.
you know, it's still very cool. It's spring, and the house in general is very cool. But this office, a few days, has been warming up. I might have to put the air conditioner in soon, which I don't want to do, but I think I'm going to have to.
Big ups.
But the good
big
news
ups,
about that
King
is I have
Dad.
an air purifier now, and with the new a curtain situation, it's probably going to isolate the cool air and make it very cool in here, and I won't need it as much. But I'm hot, man. I'm just sitting here. I'm sweating.
Mickey Thor
Sucks.
says,
I want to sweat when I play games.
Phil's
Stupid.
Sandwich Shop would
All
have
right,
11
guys.
tip jars.
So, the new headset's charging. We'll be demoing that tonight. Tune into the Black Ops 6 stream later tonight, 6:45 to 7 p.m. Pacific time, to see how that works. I'll let you know. And thanks for enjoying and partaking in the Level 1 podcast, especially for those of you who already early supported. I very much appreciate that. Again, today, let's hit this goal.
Oh, DJ Tater 64, we weren't asking for your sexual preferences. We're trying to find John Rambo. Okay, DJ?
Let's hit it. But again, we got to hit it by around 3:30-ish so I can order the food for 4. So we got about 2 to 2.5 hours to hit the goal. Let's get it going. Let's end the show. Get set up. Start playing Atom Fall again. Let's get this silly antidote that we were looking for last time and couldn't find.
Easy.
And let's make some major progress. And let's eat some greasy pizza. And let's have a good stream without people screaming about wokeness.
Big ups, DJ.
How about that?
Who's screaming about wokeness here? Okay, there's one person screaming about wokeness, and it was 2 people in his chat at maximum last night, but Philip's the one doing it the whole time.
No, Usagi Jojo, I've had enough. I'm going to directly address you. He says, it's weird. Phil's blaming his viewers for the politicization that SBI brought upon themselves, and in fact was their jobs to do so. No, Usagi Jojo, I'm blaming you for bringing that to my stream. My stream had nothing to do with Sweet Baby Inc. Zero. My stream was supposed to be a neutral place to judge the game on its own merits. You're the kind of person that brought the Sweet Baby Inc. drama to my stream, not me. I wasn't involved in it. You were, and you brought your baggage to my neutral stream, and that's why it's unfair. If you have an issue with Sweet Baby Inc., go bitch at Sweet Baby Inc. and leave it the fuck off of my content.
So you're not supposed to talk about things that everyone's talking about in the game. It's a chat room, Philip. It's a chat room.
What don't you get about that? That's not rocket science.
Oh, yes, it is.
Leave
Trust
the drama out the fuck of my
Big up,
streams,
Joe-Dub. Good
because
point.
I don't do drama streams.
Hope you're keeping the same energy with Neil Druckmann. Hope we keep the same energy with Neil Druckmann.
I don't need this brain rot bullshit on my fucking stream. I just want to play a fucking video game, and if you don't get that, you're in the wrong spot.
All right, Kick Chat is now revolting, and it is
Thank
still
you,
going
Lance
on.
Catamaran, who gifted a sub this morning. That is the first gifted sub of the day.
Yeah, you think? War Dog Leader says he's 100% doing this for just a vid for views. I really think he's like trying to find someone to blame for the not hitting the goals, actually, because he can't be serious if he thinks this clip's going to get views. This is not the right take to have if you want to have people to click your views about a game, right? At this point. And Kickbot is still doing the riots that you see starting now, by the way.
Thank you. We're now over $60 and climbing of support. Excellent. All right, let's end the show because I got to end this podcast, take a brief break to use the bathroom, come back. I want to play about 2.5 hours of Atom Fall today, and we already ran late again. So thank you guys for watching the Level 1 podcast. Remember, tomorrow will be a fun day. All right? We'll be talking about all kinds of stuff going on.
This game,
in
if you
gaming
bring
and the
up
like. But also
Sweet
remember, tomorrow
Baby
we got
Inc., you are
the new
a
game,
troll.
Blueprints
It's your
premiering,
fault.
and we've got Smart Guys going on.
No. Not
So it's gonna
talking
be an
about
interesting day
Link.
tomorrow,
I'm
to
talking
say
about
the
Sweet
least,
Baby
okay?
Inc.
Thank you guys very much for watching.
Baby Spice was not my favorite.
And,
Sweet
I will see
Baby
you tomorrow
Inc.
for another fun show. Peace out, and I'll see you then.
Okay. We're going back around, huh? Neil Druckmann's an asshole, though, honestly.
Let's do some highlight clips here. All right. And actually, I got to get this, obviously, to my face because I had it down there for the unboxing. We got to get the cushion on the chair. Well, not the cushion, but the cover on the chair. Going to turn all this stuff off behind me.
Oh, Grazing Poro with Minecraft quotes. I'm all about these. Friendship is a lot like a puzzle. Sometimes you need a lot of pieces to be cool, and sometimes you just need one piece to be cool. What a quote. What a film. Absolute cinema. Big ups, Grazing Poro.
Yeah.
It is a real quote from the movie at the end, yes. And he says, like, I don't have a lot of... the guy that's supposed to be Billy Mitchell, Jason Momoa, he's supposed to be Billy Mitchell. He says, like, something like, you know, I really could use a friend. I don't have a lot of friends right now. My age.
It's hot in here, man. This sucks. 60 degrees outside. It shouldn't be hot in my office, but it's like 80-some degrees in here. It blows.
80 degrees. Okay. 80 degrees in the office, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Ugh. Yeah, exactly. 60 outside, 85 inside because the sun's beating on the wall.
Actually, it's 55 degrees outside, thanks to that.
All right, guys. Let's do some highlights. I'll be back in like 15 minutes, and then we will play Adam Fall. And again, let's hit the goal.
Shit. Come on, man. Oh,
DSP tries it. I'll be back in a little bit, guys.
just what I need.
All right, they are still mobbing over there on Kick Chat. Let's go to when he comes back.
Now, get through this part. Support the stream. I know some people were very upset that I did not play Adam Fall on Monday, but we're playing it today instead. And please support the stream so we can hit the goal.
Please.
Okay, and do the DSP tries it at the end of the gameplay segment. But we need to hit the goal in about 2 hours. All right, right now we're over $60 to support. Less than 100 to go to hit the goal, to get the 10 goals hit, and do DSP tries it. What the hell is this? They never did this before.
You flip it out, man?
It literally
Relax.
never did that before, right? When I booted it, it just booted. Now it opens that screen instead. Okay. All right.
They are still revolting to this very day at time. We're 20 minutes late, and they're still revolting. It could have some hype here
What's
coming.
my GPU? Use the command, the PC command to find out.
Or you could just say it, you know? Use the command, dumb fuck. I'm not answering you directly. What's fucking wrong with you?
Hello and welcome back to Adam Fall.
Piece of shit.
We're back after about a week away. And if you remember, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to find the book and we're trying to find the antidote.
I'm saying it's cool.
And we've been wandering all around this cave system.
I'm always down with kick riots. Always. At for any reason. You don't need a reason.
The druids trying to find it.
All right,
I
who
believe
cares?
we're getting
live. We're up to $69 in support. Things are going great.
They don't make games for fun anymore. They're just compiling assets and to appease streamers and shareholders. Yeah, it's nothing like it used to be. I'm telling you. And this isn't me getting older and being like old man yells at cloud. I don't understand why everything in gaming is some big controversy, some big online social discourse.
Definitely.
Why can't we just enjoy games anymore? It's like not possible. Yeah. You know? I talked about a lot of this on today's podcast, which is why that's being brought up. So thank you for that. Kruger did a $5 super chat and says, I finished this game, but man, it's a slog. The lead system quest design makes the game feel scattered and pointless. It's like just designed to waste your time. Yeah, imagine if it was like Fallout, where it would just put shit on your map where you needed to go, and you could just go straight there and then, you know, complete quests. Instead, it's like, has you going in circles and shit.
That's what it looks like right now. All right, we're going live. That's boring.
Just keep murdering them.
That's what it looks like right now. All right, big ups everybody for hanging out today. I'm gonna read I got some more stuff to read, but I'll see you tomorrow for a lore stream. Actually, I'll ask you before we get out of here. By the way, before I do that, the poll has completed, and 4% of you are legends Only 4%? Can you believe it? 96% need to get fucking help. He didn't say nervous. He didn't say pattern. And he didn't say whatever the other one was, because I closed it. But damn, can you believe it? We'll see you tomorrow on for the lore stream tomorrow. Let me ask you though, since you're still here, we're gonna do. Do you want to do the? We could do the one-sided feuds of DSP. There's still some left there, or we could go back to the John Rambo and Howard react. So, what do you want to see tomorrow for the lore stream? Do you want to go for John Rambo and Howard going through that video, or do we go one-sided? I see a lot of Rambo, so I think that chooses it. All right, I'll do Rambo then. So Rambo and Howard tomorrow. I believe we're in the final part, but I'll make sure of that. And we'll do the Rambo and Howard react tomorrow, and it should be fun. And pre-stream tomorrow too. I think that being said, it's going to be Friday and Saturday this week, but I'll let you know on that for sure. Big Up Toscu says, spinning dono animation going while Phil cried was A+. Yeah, the spinning chair while crying, it was very funny. Let's see if we're bitching about real quick. Big Up Toscu.
Please, by all means, let's get back on track today.
Uh-oh.
This is excellent. This allows us to get back on track. Please, by all means, let's get back on track today. Let's hit that goal. We're going to do a DSP tries it if we do get our goal today.
By all means. Speaking of track, let's get back on track with the goal. Someone said track, so yes. And Kick Chat is still going, by the way. Here is what it looks like. That's what it looks like right now in Kick Chat. Jordan Fadeaway says, turned his wife into a fat console gamer. Yes, she used to be a PC gamer, but Philip changed her. Thanks to his Overwatch tips. Kepler's Conjecture says, careful beating up that straw man, Phil. Oh, there was a lot of that today. Big ups Kepler's Conjecture. Did I do kick bands today? No, I did not. They are slowing down, but I will check them out before we leave. That's a teaser for you. I'll do it at the end. Andy says he sounds like PWR at times. Again, I'm slow to the PWR game because he streams at the worst time. Like when I finish this stream, I'm not watching more internet stuff, you know? I got to do it's family time 100%. And he basically always streams at this time. If he's still going after kids go to sleep, I will check him out today and maybe try to call in. But it's just the worst timing. Greedo the Green in the house says, remember like 3 days ago he shit all over the Japanese based on things that he read online? Yes, I do remember that, Greedo the Green. Yes, I do fucking remember that. Don't get me heated again. Silas Sama says that this is their culture in Yakuza. Pot, meat, kettle. Same point as Greedo the Green, Silas Sama, and that is correct. This is their culture. I know this. Right. Based on Yakuza games. Uh-huh. Red Rooster 220 says rabble rouser real. Stop being rabble rousers. Grimnir says, so if racists supported the stream, he'd keep playing. Yes. Definitely. That's what we're looking for. We don't care who it's from. It just has to be money. So they're all money spends the same way. Faradox says, all this is for don't hate me for things I did. Yes. Yes. Sealoss is asking for the bounty board for questions. I'll give it to you, Sealoss, right here. But I still got to change the fucking socks, though. But
this is not an illusion. I'm Jonathan Frakes, and things are about to get mysterious again.
We do have 2 done so far. These are hard mode. Maybe we could say, how did he get the gift back? Maybe, how do you explain the pen? There was a mention of pen yesterday, but it was not enough to satisfy the hate mob in here to give that account. Who was Elmo P. Middleton? That's a tough one. Oh, there we go. That's the current question list. Big ups to Very Happy Dude 69 who says, for now on, he's only making the racist sandwich. Yes, that's the po' boy. We're not making any ethnic foods at the sandwich shop anymore. We can't have any ethnic foods. Magic Short Bus in the house, and I would rather listen to ALT talk about the hot young Bible dudes. Oh, we want to go back to hot young Bible dude segment. Well, the title of the book was Every Man in the Bible Fully Illustrated, and that legitimately was the title. I'm not lying. Joe Dub says, keep that same energy with Neil Druckmann, Philip. Yes, that was, someone else commented that as well. That is true. Did we vote yes on the earthquake? Did we use Fleshlight? Hang on.
This is not an illusion. I'm Jonathan Frakes, and things are about to get mysterious again.
Oh, you're right. We did vote yes for that one, didn't we? And I do have the sock, but I forgot to put it up there. I did get the sock. Hang on. I'll add it. I promise I'll add it for next stream. A lot of moving parts here. That's why we need to do the summer rebrand. But we'll still do stupid shit like the questions. Don't worry. But I just got to clean up my OBS, being honest, guys. I need to clean up the OBS. It's grown too big. It's fucking Frankenstein. Shiny Teeth says, I got Queen Cobra NAL to answer the cat earthquake question last night. Oh, Shiny Teeth, send me a link. Twitter, Discord, email, please. That's hype, because that almost counts. I'll send the email right here. That kind of half counts, kind of. Some Gator says, I like he won't meet everyone else. I like he won't meet where everyone else is at. Obviously not. Come on. Come on. Big up Some Gator. Copeside Phil says, if Phil is so passionately about this game, it shouldn't matter if he never hits the goal. Again, well playing. It proves he doesn't care about gaming. And there's many layers to why this is so fucking stupid today. But the biggest one is, if you really have this stance where people are getting so caught up in the online discourse, then fight against it by showing how good of a game it is on your own merits. On the game's own merits and your own streaming skill. Right? Then show, like, people slept on this game, but look how awesome it was. That's how you make a real clip that would go viral. If you could tell a story and make a good video that wasn't 30 minutes long about it. So he couldn't do that part anyway. But he'd have a better chance if he had a good video saying, too many people slept on south of midnight. Right? That'd be kind of interesting. He, again, doesn't have the skills to do this and he can't share a point that well in a way that would be entertaining, but it'd almost have a chance if he could do that. Joe Dub says, Phil, I thought the thought of others didn't matter. This is about you being yourself now, right? Correct? Correct. You got it. Big ups, Joe Dub. And Dark Wolf says, oh, yes, we can finish with this one. Lava chicken. Ooh, Steve's lava chicken. Now it's tasty as hell. I can't remember all of it, but there you go. But that'll do it, my friends. You are all legends. Thanks so much for chilling today. A lot of fun, as always, hanging out. And we will see you tomorrow for Lore Stream. Oh, he's having a meltdown. Hang on, meltdown.
Shot blank shotgun. What the fuck? How did I miss a point-blank shotgun blast? There's no way to miss. It's a spread shot. How could I fucking miss it? Yo, the game's combat is so bad.
Uh-oh.
The game's combat is some of the worst I've experienced in a first-person combat game. It's so terrible.
We're getting pissed. Oh, Shiny Teeth sent the link. Okay, here we go.
Damn it.
Here we go. Bonus content here. 144.14. Here we go. This is Naked and Laughing.
Other song. But I want the 2-in-1 combo. Zoinks, bitch.
I would not bay it, by the way, but Shiny Teeth is in chat there asking about, have your cats...
No, earthquakes? No. Why? No. No, we had something. God, what year was that?
There you go, Shiny Teeth. Making his move.
I don't know. Either way, if I was where I think I was at Walmart. I know. Oh my God, I was at Walmart of all fucking of all places. No, but like we had something here, and like so many people felt it, and I did not feel anything.
Shoot.
But I think I was at the time, I think I was like leaving Walmart or something. I didn't feel anything.
Oh well, Shiny Teeth got that answer.
So I don't know.
Big up, Shiny Teeth.
I can't remember. You can look it up though. Earthquake. that's probably.
She looks like
no, but I will
this to
say
me.
when I lived in Florida,
This is what she
just
looks like
gotten
to me.
off of work, and I had a strong feeling to check the news back home, which would be, Virginia Beach.
That's the vibe I get, right? But anyways, big up, Shiny Teeth. You're a fucking legend. Thanks for chilling, everybody. See you tomorrow for Lore Stream, Preestream, the Tractor Beam. You're all legends. Bye.